Even a master falls.
Is primarily focusing on pulling and blocking with his fishers. There's the Lycan versus Darkseer matchup where Lycan should be pretty good. He's got such a high amount of regen, plus his wolves have that high amount of magic resistance as well, so it's not even like they can get burned out too much. It would take a long time for Ion Shell by itself to kill the wolves.
Darkseer in the safe lane too is just a lot worse than Darkseer in the off lane because there's no wave to cut, you know? There's no neutral camps that you can realistically pull waves to, so you don't really have that option of just getting giga farmed if you don't necessarily want to lane. You basically have to win the lane, which he is. He's doing okay. I mean, 7 denies on Lycan, but level 1 Darkseer, not so good. Nice
little two-man Fisher, and with the enchant totem hit as well. That's a lot of damage on a mid one here, but fortunately there was just a little bit of gap to be able to get away.
If that was a block off, that actually would have been really sick. That was first blood.
I wonder how many bracers Thompson's going to get in this matchup. Because I have to imagine, like, he gets 1 or 2 bracers, he just dominates this. Misha staying alive with a healing salve thanks to some nice micro with that Centaur stun.
No roll up yet.
He's going to roll into him now, but bit too late to get the kill. I'm sure Soxa's just happy to be able to get a lot of damage in. Saberlight finally gets caught back over.
Okay.
Wow, he really did kill him. I was a bit surprised he was able to pull out that kind of damage, but it did cost him his life as he had to dive deep underneath the tier 1 tower.
So it does give your Darkseer the solo experience. I mean, you don't really need to be here as an Earth Spirit pressuring a Lycan, but you're giving Charlie on his core Lycan
under attack.
solo XP on a kill.
Yeah.
He basically just got a solo kill there, which a level 5 Lycan, not too spooky. Like, this hero's not supposed to get solo kills just yet. So a little bit worried about him popping off of, you know.
Yeah, an early level 6, he managed to pick up a kill. Maybe that turns into a tower, and all of a sudden you've got a Lycan with a very early Necro book, and this just snowball builds and builds and builds.
Yep, exactly. And, you know, Tidehunter is a counter to the Lycan, but a competent Lycan can move the wolves and all the summons around the Tide and make sure to not get those anchor smash. Like, there are ways to play it. It's not impossible.
That is one of the funny things, though, about OG is we saw how they were in that previous series willing to hyper ball up. And I have no doubt they're probably going to be doing some of that in this game, just like everyone sitting around the Tidehunter as they push for objectives at some point.
See, I guess my question is, like, who hits the towers on OG, though? If they do ball up around the Tide, like, how can they really quickly take towers?
Gonna get the block, they do. Nicely done.
He just walks into them.
Yeah, and thanks to the Morbid Mask, man, you live for so long. If you can get off one more, it'd be nice to see, but no.
Was that did I see a haste rune bottom? Oh, no, I didn't, but man, what a nice rune. Arcane rune on Ember. Basically 100% uptime on most of your spells. Very cool.
Structures are fortified.
Top 2 CS on the board are the Tidehunter and the Darkseer. This is kind of expected just because this is what these heroes do. Both of them are traditionally offlaners, and they're both kind of like farming machines. We'll see if they're able to utilize that kind of heavy farm, though, to stop what Ninjas of Pajamas is going to be looking to do, which is probably moving around the map. Lycan ult, first one of the game to go off and see if he can chase down Seb. Unfortunately, that Fisher doesn't block him in, but the Surge is going to wear out eventually here, and he is no doubt dead as Charlie chase him down. Turn that into a tier 1 tower, and you've got yourself a pretty successful shapeshift.
Oh, wow, they kept the catapult alive, too, throughout the entire time.
Yeah.
Must have been the Enchantress creep. Yeah, I took a range creep.
Soxa, he tried to pull that creep wave like you were pointing out yesterday, take it out of range of the tower so the tower can aggro onto the siege wagon.
Too many summons. Can't do it.
Too many summons. Too much stuff out there.
Yeah, we're back to the zoo meta.
God, no.
Good stuff, NIP. Thank you for ruining pubs.
Even a master.
Not over yet. If they win, we'll call pubs ruined.
Been killed.
Air with an enchant totem hit. Snipes out Thompson's courier, so looks like he already had the Vlad's completed, so I wonder if that was on his way back.
I was about to say I really like this play from Era. Just cutting the wave, not having to deal with the Tidehunter, but
yeah,
you know, obviously in a little bit of trouble now. Ooh, nice little juke there.
They don't have the best cores to be able to sit in lane against the Tide, right?
No,
so,
they don't.
Era, he'll probably go down here, as there's no way he can juke it out one more time, right? No. think so. Thompson got a lot of heroes surrounding him right now in that mid lane, but that's the beautiful thing about Tidehunter. He can usually ignore quite a bit of it. Misha does end up going down thanks to the help of No Tail with those heavy nukes. That is something. Enchantress, I always hate playing the matchup against Oracle because you put so much magic damage out there and you're such a frail creature to just raw nuke.
It's true. You need a couple of bracers. At the very least, a range drop to deal with it.
Looks like Saberlight used his Supernova just recently. Saberlight goes back into Thompson here. It takes a big swing for the Anchor Smash and dies to the Gush follow-up. They do manage to get the kill on the supports here, but it's costing them quite a bit. They really need the secondary kill on Saksa, but Supreme can't block it in. He's going to have to pursue underneath the tier 1, gets the kill. The downside of Tidehunter as these mobile heroes just kind of chase around him, can't really help out too much, and now he's going to be surrounded by everybody. Does manage to get off an Anchor Smash, and that'll help keep him alive, especially with relocate of mid one coming in, trying to slow down Era. A Gush slows him down even further. He still has a Fissure though. He's going to bait him in a bit to the tier 1 tower. Double chains from Supreme will keep them at bay.
Look at the timer, man. I love that the mid brawl has started. Like I love this game, man. Oh man.
I have to imagine, though, Ninjas in Pajamas, you're not necessarily going to take the same kind of run at mid-tower tactics, right? You can't run the Lycan into the mid lane.
Well, well, that's true. There is the cooldown. But, you know, I was thinking, I was like, there's no way they're going to do it in another game. And then I hear this howling coming from off screen. Oh, he's coming. He's coming.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, Charlie, he's always in the middle of the night, 9 minutes in.
Once again, Era trying to bait a little bit deeper into the tier 1 tower. Saberlight shows himself from the trees and starts laying some damage out onto mid one. The Supernova's going to burn a little bit more, but mid one's so fast, he might just be able to duck away into the trees and survive. He's going to TP out. Supreme. Oh, looks like he had Slide up just now, but it wasn't cast in time to be able to find TP out. Meanwhile, mid lane Thompson, who found himself a double damage, is gonna go for this tier 1 tower. He'll take the Supreme kill if he can get it, but he should have an assured tier 1 in his grasp here. One more swing.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And this is going to be sort of the trade-off, right? Is that Lycan's going to be able to split push and take a lot of the side lane towers, but old Tidehunter, right? The immovable object as he just presses forward into this mid lane, and they can do very little about him.
Right. Yep. Diving into the tier 2 as well. He does not care.
No. It's like a Timbersaw, you know, where you've got this peak of strength and you want the enemy to try and fight you.
If they can kill this catapult, though, I think they're perfectly fine here without the DD.
Nice block in there on No Tail, and it looks like OG
almost got it off.
A little bit too far for themselves. That's in part because they were fighting a bottom lane where Saberlight did die to mid one. They're probably thinking to themselves, well, we've got relocate to pull people into the mid lane, but they were busy. Busy getting a more important kill, a Core Phoenix.
Although, you know, I would argue that the mid lane, at least stopping that pressure, like killing that catapult is really important because this is a big spike for Tidehunter. I think, okay, Supreme, Thompson.
They're going to try a little bit. The chains instantly dispelled by the maxed out Crocodile gear. Now he is going to be able to get the Fissure block in, but the Ravage is up, as you said. He chooses an Anchor Smash instead. The Surge allows him to get away. That'll help solve some of the mobility problems for a Tidehunter. Saksa, though, his mobility is canceled by Charlie. Now the Ravage going up, but he outruns the Tentacles, and the Necronomicons will eventually kill him. And Thompson, having killed that melee Necronomicon, actually just gets bursted down. The Echo Slam is there to finish the deal, and Ninjas in Pajamas can now take tier 1 mid of their own, perhaps.
Yeah, these are huge kills. I mean, especially the Tidehunter. I think there's zero way that you ever lose the mid tower as long as the Tidehunter is alive, and I'm surprised even without Egg, they're able to make that play. I mean, during this whole time, mid one is farming, but we have talked about this issue of Tidehunter is the hero that you're going to be pairing with in the mid game, and you know that's not a typical combo for Io. We'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, normally you can just kind of like walk around a Tidehunter, right? But this Surge Tidehunter,
this is true.
He's gonna get he's running the same movement speed as this Lycan.
Does sound interesting, and you know, when you get the 25 talent on Io, you know, technically speaking, I think that applies an auto attack to everything that you Anchor Smash.
Yes, it does.
So that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a melee gyrocopter in that regard.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I mean, you're talking about level 25 synergies. You get level 25 on Tidehunter.
Oh, yeah.
He's got himself a Divine Rapier.
Lots of damage. I mean, if we get to that timing, it's going to be huge. In 50 minutes from now.
Yeah. In the meantime, though, the game may not even stretch out that far as these teams just kind of clash. I always have the imagery, you know, of like when you're a 6-year-old kid and you've got your action figures and you are fighting against them, you're just mashing them together.
Slam
that's what Dota is sometimes in these sort of matchups, where you just kind of run heroes into each other over and over again and see which one breaks first.
This is true. So the mid lane battle has ended. I think we're going to see a little bit less of that. But
Sure.
let's see. I think Roshan is the next place that we want to slam our action figures together at.
Yeah.
That is 100% the objective here.
Teams have some decent ways, right?
Yeah.
It's like in Tidehunter. Tidehunter's going to be going for a Desolator as well, so additional minus armor, and Lycan's just incredible at taking it by itself.
Right. Almost as his AC. Well, actually, not almost, but going for that next. Has his full Necro completed, Necro 3.
A tool to teach.
Man. This IO build is very annoying to deal with. It's the new stats from Dominator. It's a difficult timing to kill IO, especially with the new overcharge. And then you pick up the Heaven's Halberdian. I mean, good lord, that
trying to kill him is so hard.
It's very hard.
He's incredibly tanky.
Yes, very fast as well.
Yeah, as you could see from him running down Era. A smoke to the bottom lane, though. Looks like they want to try and catch this IO. I feel like every single time I see Self forward and his team rotates to him, he's always kind of the bait for these situations. They don't actually try and take that bounty rune area, though. Very surprising.
You see the spirits, and it's like, okay, that's a wisp. Abort.
Well, they already knew the wisp was bottom, and they smoked that direction in the first place. So I'm kind of curious, like, what stopped them there?
Yeah, maybe the Oracle. Maybe you want to get like the Earth Spirit, like somebody that's like bodying in front for the wisp, or just maybe a better angle at the wisp. Because I feel like a lot of the time you run into this hero smoked, and then the creep just sees you, and wisp just runs off.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a big gank.
Oh, the Icarus dive goes out. No-Tail immediately pops the ultimate, removing the Fissure disable and allowing the IO to walk free. And Ninjas of Pajamas, well, they didn't really blow that much for it, right? They didn't use Supernova. They didn't pop Shapeshift. So I feel like in a way they kind of knew the possibility that Oracle was behind him, and this was going to be kind of a fruitless attempt.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Oracle ulti is such a long cooldown at level 1. I think it's absolutely a play to just bait it and then go smoke afterwards. And I think that's exactly why mid 1 is just running into his own jungle now. It's like, okay, I don't have the Oracle ult, so taking over their jungle, while it is more efficient, it's just very dangerous now. Oh, maybe they're gonna go Roche, or kind of chilling around the area.
You know, it's funny, like both teams are really good at taking Roche, and both teams are incredibly good at defending Roshan too, right?
This is true.
You've got Earthshaker, Phoenix, incredible team fight around Roshan Pit. And then OG, well, they've got Tidehunter. And then they've got, you know, the ever classic vacuum wall combo.
Darkseer.
Like, these are just some of the most iconic Roshan defenders in the game. Desolator now up 4 tops and big damage increase now. If he can get a gush into an anchor smash, that's going to knock some heroes down to half health.
And if they could get a Lucky Stun Supreme, he could very quickly die here in this mid lane. But it's just the Earth Spirit or Ravage. Those are very difficult to hit on an Ember.
See how quickly Supreme reacts to these situations here. As he's broken some of the smoke. Thompson given the surge to wrap around to the side here.
Love this positioning from NIP. They're not backing off into their own area. They're maintaining their position on this dire high ground here.
All except Saberlight here, who's a little bit away from his team, still occupying that triangle. But that's because he's a Phoenix. He's got enough mobility to do so.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're OG, you're totally happy with this. Even though you don't get a kill, you make your way into the enemy triangle, get some wards down.
I think with Saberlight a little bit too far away, they've got to just full out retreat, from this area. I'm surprised they're still here, man. Fortunately, Charlie, Arrow was in position to be able to break that smoke and even got hit by the stun from Saxa, so Charlie was able to get off his ultimate and get away. But still, that's a shapeshift down, and OG, you know they're going to make something happen with this. And if they'd gotten a double damage, it would have been the easiest Roshan ever. Since they didn't, and it was given to an Ember Spirit, this is going to be significantly more difficult. And that's why OG, they're not going to let Ninjas the Pajamas just walk into the pit. They're going to try and take the fight straight to Nip. They're going to be able to catch Misha to start this fight, but it's just supports for now. Saberlight, he might be a big kill, but he doesn't even get to pop the Supernova in time. Supreme jumps away to his remnants, but OG just keeps on trucking. The extra movement speed on Thompson, whether it's from the tether or the surge, is allowing him to always kind of keep a threat on this Ember.
You know, I'm kind of liking this this meta that OG is crafting here. This is, I've just never seen anything like it. I mean, we've seen the carry wisp, obviously, with TI, but, you know, this Tide mid, Darkseer surging with the extra move speed, and you know, you remove the move speed cap. Like, this is some new technology here. Yeah, pretty much you're theory crafting, like, what can you do with the carry Tidehunter? It's like the biggest downside is mobility, right? Being able to stick on top of heroes. He just charges right in, and are you serious?
Fisher's just gone, just like that. A Fisher wall that kind of goes wrong for Ninjas the Pajamas. They do manage to get off the Supernova, as well as the Echo Slam. It looks like the Supernova is going to die, as will Era. Supreme is just left to try and pop out the rest of the damage by himself because he doesn't have a Lycan here with Shapeshift. He gets pulled back from the vacuum into No Tail's Fortune's End. Trapped down, and OG, for the third attempt at Roshan, will finally complete it.
You know what's so interesting about this? It's like, it's almost like the troll, but you're like a timber saw too. You know, you're not killable. Like, you can just surge in and man up because you don't want to go on a Tidehunter. Who would do that? But you have to. He's in your face.
Yep.
Man. I mean, I doubt it just because it's so weird, but it's just OG, man. It's what they do.
Every single fight from Ninjas the Pajamas, because the Lycan looks so destroyed by this Tidehunter, right? He feels like he really can't get in there. It's just Supreme. He's kind of running around. Nope, he can't do enough damage by himself. Oh, if that Fisher block had actually landed, maybe they could have forced something out. No Tail still doesn't have his ultimate, but maybe could have gotten something. Solar Crest now complete for the Tidehunter, so he's got all the minus armor items he needs. Mid-Relocate's going to relocate in. They're actually going to pop the shapeshift here. They have to go for the backline heroes. That's why No Tail's going to be the first target. He's already dead. Mid-1 is actually in a bit of trouble here. 3 seconds till he relocates back, so they're going to norm support Saxa. What a vacuum pull-in from Seb. Looks really hot, but can they actually chase down the rest of these important heroes? Because even Misha, the squishy 5 position, is getting away. The heal actually brings him back up to near full. And Thompson still on that front line, still ready to fight, but Ninjas the Pajamas, they see that Thompson's wraps low enough. They actually get the Yule Scepter on the surge, so Thompson, he's not going anywhere. He's going to be stuck inside the Supernova. Sure, he keeps on dispelling off these stuns, but the damage is coming a little bit more from Saberlight. He could have gotten it. And Supreme is there to be able to get it with a slight chain combo that finishes off the Tidehunter and allows them to get away from the myriad of illusions that are left on the field from good old Darkseer.
Okay, so, you know, one thing that NIP has going for them, one big thing, is that the Enchantress can purge the Surge, and so can the Yule Scepter on the Ember Spirit. I think that's a really good pickup here. I mean, especially because you deal with the silence as well.
And this IO actually looks pretty squishy now. I don't know what it was, the damage output they were doing. Maybe some of it was Misha with the impetus shots, but it felt like mid-1, he can tether enable this Tidehunter, but he very rapidly became to a point where he had to start retreating.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the Oracle being the first priority there in the fight for NIP is definitely the call that they need to make.
Yeah.
He is, you know, if he heals the IO, who heals the Tide, that's so much effective healing. If he heals the Tide, I mean, the Tide becomes unkillable. So killing the Oracle first definitely is the play. Absolutely. Also, I don't think they had Ravage for that fight. I think it was still on cooldown from that. That Roshan engagement.
Yeah, he's got it up now, though. So No Tail, he can play forward like he was doing before because the Ravage is there to assist Era. You can see half his health is gone from one anchor smash. If he gets another one, Era's just going to die, and he's getting caught up by the rest of OG. So does Misha. Once again, the two supports of Ninjas in Pajamas, they do die, but this is still OG kind of 5-manning and taking over the map.
And he heals so much when he anchor smashes a creep wave there, actually.
Yeah.
Or the wolves. I love that they can die basically doing this one time before, and they continue being so aggressive. Like, I think they have to keep the aggression up here.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Because eventually the December Spirit gets a bit too big and starts killing a lot of your backline heroes, right? And this is where the Lycan coming into play, goes into the back, tries to go for No Tail. They actually tried to hit the Meteor Hammer combo with the Supernova, but it wasn't good enough, and the Ravage actually clipped Supreme. He didn't dodge it with a slight or a jump to his Remnant or anything. So that was just an easy kill for Tidehunter to be able to grab, and they didn't have buyback. So now OG, with their aggression, this second time around, it works for them. They use the Ravage effectively, and now they can just have free reign of Ninjas in Pajamas base.
Right, the Ravage, I think, is the really important factor there because it is what allowed them to, number one, protect No Tail, and number two, it covered them while they killed the egg. So he's just making really good use out of the Ravage. I was about to question holding the Ravage because the Yule Scepter came out, and maybe they could have on the double kill, but Thompson basically decided clearly he wants to use it defensively. The way that they lost that fight before was by losing the Oracle, and by holding the Ravage, they can't lose the Oracle.
Yeah.
So, you win the fight, you take Rax. Almost.
Now, can they actually finish off this melee Rax? It looks like OG feels like it's not worth a try while Ravage is on cooldown.
Yeah, now it's
But if somebody treads a little bit too far forward, like perhaps Supreme and the rest of his team does, Thompson takes Enchantress the target again and again. Supreme using his legs, trying to get out. What an Echo Slam from Era as he jumps in, but everybody heals up. The mech comes out, the heals from the Oracle, and it looks like everybody is perfectly fine except for maybe No Tail, who's still kind of being run down by the Necronomicon units. He does eventually die, but it doesn't really matter. You won the fight, and you're still ready to go for these melee barracks.
A kill streak and they're losing. Yeah. This is so sad. I mean, that's just the Lycan versus Tidehunter matchup, though. He can't do anything other than kill the Oracle in these fights.
Yeah. He can try and go in and go for the squishiest hero, but he just runs out of steam. His Necronomicon units die, or maybe it's the fact that they're just not putting any damage because the Anchor Smash chains lasting quite a while here on a Seb. He does manage to get off the shapeshift for the silence, so Charlie can kind of chase, but again, all these heroes are very, very tanky. They can't really let them get away either, though. They've lost too much. You really do need to force this fight while the Ravage is down, but they just don't really feel comfortable working through, as OG's teamwork just impeccable, and they always play around each other.
100%, if they were not playing as a team, this is going to give NIP openings into the game, because I think a huge crucial element to this whole strategy is the fact that Darkseer has a Crimson Guard. He's got, I don't know if he has a pipe, but somebody has a mech, somebody has Greaves. Okay, so he has Greaves and he has a Crimson Guard. And obviously against Lycan and Ember, this chip damage, that's very important. With a Tidehunter, he becomes basically unkillable.
Yeah, you take a large percentage of the damage away, and then you take just straight up raw damage out. Thompson, though, he's really got to be careful of that Sunray. That's the only thing that really threatens him right now, is if he stays into the entirety of that percentage-based damage does do some good work. And what a rolling from Soxa, reading where the Remnant's going, and that's a vacuum follow-up as well with a Ravage. And is that just going to be the wipeout of this game? They do manage to take out the Supernova, and there's still some buybacks left in the tank for Ninjas in Pajamas. They're going to have to blow all of them, though, and they don't have their Echo Slam. They don't have their Supernova. I'm not sure what they have to be able to stop OG from retreating, and I'm not even sure if they can really stop them from just taking their base like this. Roll forward, Saberlight tries to dive away, then he dies inside of the fountain too, couldn't get out fast enough. The silence on Supreme.
Look at the move speed on these two heroes.
Yeah, dude, they're just rolling. Finally, Charlie, he's gonna pop his ultimate. There goes the Echo Slam out from Era. Once again, they're trying to target to mid one, but the heals come out from No Tail. Every single time they try and target somebody else other than No Tail, they are met with a resounding wall of heals and magic community that pushes them back. They finally had to go for No Tail now, but then eventually eventually they just run out of damage. The 4-man of OG remains strong even just outside of your fountain. Pull them back in, pull out of the fountain, get back here. We want to have a fight a little bit longer before we finish up this bottom lane.
I'm just speechless. I feel like this is really making me feel like Darkseer is not an okay hero.
GG, man.
Like, they are really using this Darkseer to its fullest potential. This strategy is not okay.
Combination.
Like, the Darkseer, 2 people, one of which is unkillable. I mean, 2 of which, both of them were.
Yeah. Winnie has...
Turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell the DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell the DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell them play that shit again. Tell them that you like that line. DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell the DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell the DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell them play that shit again. Tell them turn up the bass. DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell the DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell the DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell them play that shit again. Tell them that you like that line. DJ turn it, DJ turn it, DJ turn it. Turn up the bird machine. Check. bass like a motherfucking atom bomb. Dropping bass like a motherfucking atom bomb.
That's just the intro.
Hit the turn, flip the bird, bust a bitch, make 'em swerve. Bang into the curb. Oh, bird, we absurd. Got the fire, we can burn. Bang into the curb. 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 Hit the turn, flip the bird, bust a bitch, make 'em swerve. Bang into the curb. bitch, make 'em swerve. Bang into the.
Ang pagprotekta sa ating mga sarili, pamilya, kaibigan, at komunidad ay responsibilidad nating lahat. Prioridad ng Lysol, ang matagal na nating pinagkakatiwalaang disinfection brand, ang maproteksyonan tayong lahat. Ang pagkakaroon ng sapat na kaalaman sa pagpuksa sa COVID-19 ay kalahati pa lang ng laban. Kasama ang Philippine Red Cross, kami nagsanib puwersa sa aming mission, Disinfect to Protect. Nag-donate kami ng 36 million pesos in cash para sa pagpapatayo ng COVID-19 mass testing laboratory at testing para sa frontliners at mga madaling mahawa sa infection. Hindi namin kayang mag-isa ang labang ito. Kailangan nating magkaisa para maputol ang chain ng infection at maprotektahan ang ating mga mahal sa buhay. Kaya mo ring tumulong. Maghugas ng kamay. Iwasang hawakan ang muka. Umupo at bumahing sa iyong siko. Mag-social distancing. Maglinis at mag-disinfect. Sama-sama, kaya nating mag-disinfect to protect. Sama-sama, kaya nating talunin ang virus.
Yeah, it's been a long night and the mirror's telling me to go home. But it's been a long time since I felt this good on my own. Lot of years went by with my hands tied up in your ropes. Forever and ever, no more. The midnight sky is the road I'm taking. Head high up in the clouds. I was born to run, I don't belong to anyone. Oh no. Don't need to be loved by you. Fire in my lungs, can't fight the devil on my tongue. Oh no. Don't need to be loved by you. See my lips on a mouth, everybody's talking now, baby. Oh, you know it's true. Yeah, that I was born to run, I don't belong to anyone. Oh no. Don't need to be loved by you. She got her hair pulled back cause the sweat's dripping off of her face. Said it ain't so bad if I wanna make a couple mistakes. You should know right now that I never stay put in one place. Forever and ever, no more. The midnight sky is the road I'm taking. Head high up in the clouds. Oh, I was born to run, I don't belong to anyone. Oh no. Don't need to be loved by you. Fire in my lungs, can't fight the
action.
Everybody fucking jump.
Bring the action. Bring the action.
Everybody fucking jump.
Bring the action. Make the ground shake.
do it, cause all the girls do it. Ain't nothing to it, cause all the girls do it, cause all the girls do it, cause all the girls do it. Do it, cause all the girls do it, cause all the girls do it, cause all the girls do it. Ain't nothing to it, cause all the girls do it, cause all the girls do it, cause all the girls do it.
Diamonds on my neck. you all about? What? Fingers in your mouth. Open up your blouse. What? Pull your G-string down south. Ow. What? Switch. What you all about? 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 Stop! It's the motherfucking remix. Fingers in your mouth. Open up your blouse. Step out. Show me what you all about.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Much harder than that.
Neither did I. It's a little bit of Inkswell stun, but he's got to be careful of this combo of stuns from the Sven Witch Doctor. He grabbed this Witch Doctor with an intention to be able to counter the big, bad, tanky off-lane Centaur, but it doesn't seem to be working that well. It's actually Charlie who's more threatened and ends up dying in this top lane.
Fogged mentioned it on the panel. It's this raw damage that comes out from the new Hoof Stomp, as well as Double Edge. It's a bit different of a way of playing Centaur than playing with the Aura like people used to. But boy, do you do damage. Like, he is a kill hero again. You want to combo him with something like a Grimstroke.
Yeah, he's no longer that guy who, thanks to Retaliate, like dominates a laning phase and then takes your tower really early. He's looking to kill.
Yeah.
And he's very likely going to be looking to grab a Blink Dagger at some point in time. We'll see how early he actually chooses to go for it. But it feels like that is absolutely necessary on the new Centaur, whereas before you can go a lot of team fight items and just kind of roll up at people.
It does, and I also think that this patch is just played a little bit faster too, with regards to running around early and fighting and defending towers. Like we've seen the rotation to the mid tower in basically every single game before 10 minutes. So yeah, definitely the Blink Dagger is a big item whenever you want to fight early.
Thompson has a ton of CS. That's because he's playing very efficient jungle, and so if we were probably to look at the net worth, I guess he'd still be top, but oh, he's actually not. I thought he was going to be probably neck and neck with the Invoker, but no.
The jungle creeps are pretty bad, I guess.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot of golems in Satyr camps.
Yep.
No-Tail does manage to get these stacks of silence, but Saberlight, he's not backing down from the fight, and if he keeps getting lucky on those lucky shot procs, he might be able to just keep going. Seb gonna be hit by the Sunstrike. Was that the Sunstrike? Either way, the Maledict looks like it may tick him out from that last hit. Oh, Raindrop came in for the second tick, but that last one brought him down to 20 health.
So close.
They'd gotten one more swing in from somebody. That certainly would have been his death.
Max Flack with an Arcane Rune. He's a happy boy.
Yeah. Even though the Invoker is top net worth, everybody else is looking real good on the opposing side. Top lane, nice rotation coming in from Era, and a good opportunity to kill both of the heroes in the off lane here, but Seb with a nice stomp. This Sunstrike, it is going to land the Fire Spirits, though. He had a stick charge. It's not enough, though. Stormhammer comes in, and Charlie manages to get the double kill. They leave Saberlight alone, and he's chased out of lane, so they'll have to try and fix this. They don't want to lose this tower too early.
The aggression from OG here.
Yeah, and it's going to be countered by the aggression from Ninjas in the Pajamas. They know that OG, I mean, sitting in position behind a tier 1 offlane tower leads you exposed to a gank, but it didn't really connect from Ninjas in the Pajamas.
Man, they're so good at playing these heroes together. Like just the save from No-Tail there, and then mid one runs into the trees and tethers out. Like that was 4 heroes, right? With the mid Invoker rotating, and they survive that like it's nothing. Behind the tier 1 tower as 2 heroes. Very nice.
You see Ninjas in the Pajamas, their game plan is definitely, they've got 2 cores in the side lanes that can at some point in time feel okay being left alone. Though Charlie, he's not feeling so okay right now. He knows he's dead because mid one's relocating in. He was just hoping he'd get the kill on Seb, and Supreme clips him just perfectly enough that the IO didn't tank up the Sunstrike damage with him. Meanwhile, they do manage to kill No-Tail while he was left alone. Was a way to play.
Supreme is popping off this game, man.
Yeah.
If he can get that early eggs, get that Cataclysm out, that's enough damage, you know? I think, I believe in the Supreme Invoker.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's very farmed. Just drums rush, no boots, nothing. Doesn't need them. Just stats.
Dropping off a farming ultimate as he knows there is a gank lying in wait thanks to his high ground ward there on the right hand side. God Strength being popped here just to kill Soxa real quickly.
Radiant's bottom tower
Won't be able to do much past that though.
Really difficult to sit in this lane with almost any hero, really. You know, Witch Doctor Sven, it's like just between their nukes alone, they have enough damage to kill most heroes. Like, look at this.
Seb has to back away. He's got No-Tail, though, to help him out. And sure enough, it looks like he's going to be rushing the Blink Dagger first. No early hood pickup, or maybe full-out pipe. That Photic Shields. Ooh. A little close there. Sunstrike. He tried to snipe him again, but Seb, he was hugging No-Tail. He's like, please save me, bro.
3rd time's a charm. Not even going for a bracer, just straight into the blink. Thinks it's that important to get it early.
Yeah. Two to 6 Ninjas in the Pajamas. Having, I guess what could be a better laning phase unless this set up. What a nice double stun combination. Charlie's still tanking up to survive though. And so it wasn't the big kill on the carry that they were really hoping for.
I think it's about the right time that Arrow rotates up to this lane. I think as soon as No-Tail shows up and Thompson He's not winning the farm game, but he's winning the XP game.
Dire's bottom tower
Almost level 11.
Look at him. Very efficiently getting all of those double damage flat cannon shots onto Supreme. I'm not sure how much it'll matter because Thompson isn't really sitting in lane anyway. He's just sweeping back and forth from the right-hand side to the left-hand side, just clearing through neutral camps and occasionally getting a creep wave that pushes in.
Could you imagine being mid one and you finally, like, you get to go back from the horrible offlane position to a core position to carry, and then you're just on Wisp every game, and like Thompson's the real carry? Fun?
It's the you know, the yes dear meme. You know,
I don't know that one.
All right, well, I'm not gonna go into that one.
It's like a husband and wife thing.
Saberlight sitting up here on the high ground. Oh, missing his swashbuckle. He had his ultimate ready to go too, but I guess he really thought he was maybe going to be diving a bit. Saksa, well, he's immediately gone on by Charlie, but multiple TPs coming in from OG. Fortunately, the soulbind doesn't really latch to anybody else, and Charlie just going to go straight up for a TP out. It's going to be a close call, but the magic damage is too much for him to handle. Meanwhile, Seb, he gets taken out on the other side of things. Saberlight, though, is going to roll out of his Rolling Thunder soon. They got more heroes closing in. The Invoker is rotated from that mid lane to try and sandwich onto Thompson here, who's still looking to be able to chase down Misha. Throws out and hiding away in the trees, trying to get away from this rocket barrage as best he can. Now Saberlight trying to help out here. And yes, the support is dead, but if Supreme can actually get this kill onto Thompson, it'd be well worth it. But with the help of the Phoenix Egg, it's looking like they should be able to get it. Thompson, he actually did a nice play there in turning around and trying to kill Saberlight, knowing he was dead anyway. Unfortunately, his damage just came a bit shy. No tail, removing one of those fire spirits, will stay alive. He'll be okay here.
Yeah, Thompson doesn't seem like a runaway kind of guy to me. It's like,
no,
he just engages in Mortal Kombat, and really it's you or him. It's kill or be killed.
And sometimes it's both.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
And I think Thompson's usually happy with that.
Oh, yeah.
That might be the height of experience for him.
Come on,
I killed someone and yeah. All he wants is death.
I mean, at this point, how could he not?
He just used his tether, so mid one is a little bit of an awkward position. He has to actually break the tether to make sure he doesn't get paralyzing cast comboed. It did cost the Stampede to come out from Seb, just to make 100% sure he was going to be okay there.
God, he's got so much effective HP at 12 minutes.
Yeah. And you know what's really annoying about both their cores too is that they're so fast in this game. Like, you just, if you don't have Stampede still, Io and Gyrocopter, there's some pretty fast cores.
Yeah.
They move around the map very quickly, so it's gonna be tough for Ninjas in Pajamas at times to stick onto them. Supreme bicep, the blink in, stun with the ink swell. It is such a potent combo with these blink stunners. As you could see, they didn't even need the extra stun. If he had like 1,000 more HP, he probably still would have died.
Yeah, I think that's also just the utter most important hero to kill.
Oh, he was trying to go for the Rolling Thunder, but that was right as Seb chose to jump in, make his initiation, make himself loud and proud in mid lane, and take that mid-tier 1 tower. That is all important for OG.
Is under attack.
Meanwhile,
top tower
where's Thompson at? He's just farming away on the top lane.
Is under attack.
Having a good time up here. It's quiet for Thompson.
It's funny because it's like he's playing the Gyrocopter in the Io Gyro combo, except for he doesn't have the relocate.
He's alone.
Yeah, he's totally alone. Like, I expected Ninjas in Pajamas to make more conceited effort to smoke up and try and gank Thompson while he's farming up all those camps in mid lane. But maybe they're too afraid of like the counter rotate in from the Io or something.
Yeah, the relocate, and you know, where's the Abaddon at, and
yeah,
so forth. They also don't have the greatest ganking heroes.
For sure. No.
You would need like who's your best setup? It's your carry. It's a Sven, right? I mean, Invoker, Quas Exort's not particularly good.
Yeah.
Cask, that sounds rough.
If you can get Cask and then maybe the follow-up of Rolling Thunder, then it'd be okay. But you're right. It has to be a core.
Yeah.
It has to rotate out, and well, it's a little difficult to do that while going unnoticed, especially in this day and age of Dota 2.
People are pretty fast. I think you're okay if you're NIP with going late. Like, it's hard to tell because you have this super strange draft from OG. Maybe it's a little less strange because they've been running it for the past 2 days, but you know, this is not something people are super practiced against. But I still feel like if you're NIP, you kind of feel like you have the late game if it goes there. You have Invoker and you have a Sven. These are some hyper carry late game heroes. So you're not against playing on your own side of the map and farming, as long as it's not going horribly, which that's going okay.
Yeah, 4,000 net worth lead for OG is a pretty significant amount for 16 minutes in, but it could be worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Aether Lens complete for Saksa. A missed gank there in the bottom lane as Saberlight quickly got out of there. Heads to the mid lane, trying to complete his Vlad. We've got Echo Saber into BKB for the Sven. You think he goes an Aghanim Scepter in this game to try and keep up with these really mobile heroes?
I think you have to. I think you have to. I don't see how you're going to ever kill somebody with an Abaddon behind if you don't have an Aghanim Scepter to engage and re-engage and re-engage.
Did you mention that? This is the first time I'm seeing it. He's building into a Hanamitis on that Centaur.
You know, I can get behind that. I can get behind that. I mean, once you have the Blink Dagger, if you feel like you already have enough sustain, what do you really need on center? You don't buy a BKB, you know? You don't buy a Force Staff. Like, really, all you need is the Blink.
That's silent on a Saberlight. It may spell his doom here as Seb comes in. That potent amount of damage, man. It is destroying Saberlight. And once again, I hate to say it, but he's having a rough one right now.
Yeah.
Last few times he's trying to get off the Rolling Thunder, he's just been a bit too slow. OG, they've been playing nice and fast as they move around the map, go from one kill to another as they're going to be able to catch Misha here. Supreme is somewhere in the location. No, he's not. He TP'd out to the other side of the map. He's like, nope, nope, nope. We are playing a game of hide and seek at this point in time, where they're going to try and hide their cores around the map to get farm, and I guess it's going to be some supports dying around the map.
So there are 2 heroes without boots in this game. One of them doesn't have boots because they can't afford it.
Yeah.
And the other one doesn't have boots because they don't need it. Let's see, did I get that right?
The beauty of IO.
2 heroes. Yeah, poor Witch Doctor. Poor Witch Doctor. Like, literally poor. Like, he's very poor.
Very, very literally poor.
As literal as it gets.
Does he have a win lace at least?
He does. He does.
I love that so much. Because it means he's got the shoelaces, but not the shoes.
That's
sad.
That's kind of sick.
That's sad.
That's, yeah. Oh.
It's a little perverse if you were to laugh at him like that. But
I think there's a bit of a sick perversion there, for sure. To quote CCNC.
Well, he wouldn't be talking about this Pango anyway.
No. Let's not get into NA Dota lore here.
Misha in some trouble here as he's stuck inside this neutral camp, but really positioned himself quite nicely. Mid one will eventually get the kill, but he's in a sticky, unwinnable situation. He's surrounded by 4 heroes. Ninjas and Pajamas, they finally get some real blood out there, and they're going to push forward for a little bit more. They've got the God Strength still up. Let's see if they can take a tier 1 mid tower, or if OG with a glyph and a couple of heroes can still defend it. Seb, yeah, he's feeling good, ready to go. He's got 1,800 HP, so yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe he does have enough sustain.
The hero's good with levels. You know, you want to get that high level in the ultimate.
Yeah.
Late game talent's pretty nice. Get that extra double edge damage. That's pretty good. Seb's actually been doing this in his pubs. He's been going Midas on a lot of offlaners. Like on Brew, he'll go double Bracer into Midas every single game.
Yeah.
Night Stalker as well. So I don't see it as being that different from a Centaur. Like, he just seems to think that this item is really good, especially on heroes, of course, that just need the levels.
Yeah.
That really need items.
Okay, so they saw a bunch of heroes rotate up to top. They think maybe they could fight here, and then they kind of see Thompson in his full form, realize, wait a minute, that man's got a BKB, retreats, but it's too late. Thompson, he's already closed that gap, and now Seven's here as well with the rest of the team. The Soulbite's going to go out, catching even more heroes, and now Ninjas the Pajamas, they're going to have to fight around the Supernova, but the Supernova, it'll be dealt with so quickly with that hand on Midas Centaur. Tornado comes through, clipping a couple of heroes, man, and that Death Ward with the Maledict that was already up on Thompson, doing quite a large amount of work there, but all it does is force them back doesn't actually get any important kills. They kill Saksa, but that's going to be it. Meanwhile, they've lost 4 and maybe a 5th as Supreme still has the dust on him. Does he have anything he can invoke here to be able to get out? Stuck in a hole, but no way to survive. That's a team wipe there. 1 for 5 exchange to the favor of OG.
Is under attack.
I gotta say, having an Abandon on your team and an IO,
An abandon?
it was the guy in the horse.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'm not going to let you get away with it.
Having both of these heroes on your team, it's
Are fortified.
it's great when you have Thompson on your team, right? This guy's just gonna run in no matter what. Whether he's dead or alive, he doesn't care. And you can just keep him alive to have this insane amount of aggression. The guy's like rank 200, rank 300 in pubs right now. Not very good, right? But that's because he's just so aggressive no matter what. And people in pubs, they're not good enough to support him.
Dire's
They're not good enough to play with
bottom
Thompson.
attack.
But No Tail, mid one, of course. These players know how he plays.
I don't
They
like
support
you
him.
putting that opinion that you can be too good for your pub teammates.
Well, how do you explain
I don't
that?
like you putting that out into
How
the
do you
ether.
explain this guy? He's 3
I mean,
and
he's-
17 or
True.
17 and 3 every single game.
He's also playing a lot of crazy stuff, right? And I think that's one of the crazy, like, what I love about OG is that a lot of these drafts come together because it feels like they always are experimenting, whether it's Thompson individually by himself or the team as a whole. Probably, I have no doubt that like scrimming against them is probably just like a bit of a mind screw in itself every single time, because there's probably some really terrible stuff they come up with that doesn't work that we
Dire's
never get
bottom
to see.
tower is
Yeah,
under
yeah,
attack.
definitely. I like what Lizard said on the panel. Like he'd be shell shocked after the first game. I totally agree. I don't know what to think about.
Yeah,
this
you said
happening.
you were speechless.
I was. I'm trying to think of things. There's
I
nothing
like
said.
this. Well done by Ninjas the Pajamas. A 3-man smoke. They've been pressured so much, they've been keeping most of their cores off map a lot of the times, that the OG, they don't really have a whole lot to signal. Hey, some people are missing, and they could be doing Roshan right now. Now, we might get Saberlight here. So he's going to get off the Rolling Thunder. Do they have any physical damage enough to finish him off? Doesn't look like it, so he'll actually be fine, even TPs, just to make sure he's okay.
Nice little bit of space creation there for his team to take Roche. Like when he plays
Yeah.
aggressive like that, it makes it very not obvious that there's a Roche happening. It's like, okay, well, there's got to be people behind him, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Very good stuff from
Dire's
Saberlight.
middle tower is under
Really
attack.
brought it back.
That one play? That
Yeah,
was
no,
enough.
he did some good stuff before that. Come on, I'm giving him credit. Every time he gets the roll off, it looks good.
Dire's
When he
middle
doesn't,
tower
True.
is
looks bad. I mean, it's hard to play against Grimstroke. That's
That
one of the more annoying heroes for Pango.
Absolutely, that is get me out hero.
Oh yeah, for sure.
BKB for Supreme. So we are beginning to get our bigger, or like our first step of team fight items, where it's like, okay, we're getting the items that we can actually fight back against OG.
Dire's top
We'll see whether or not they
tower
can
is under
actually
attack.
win that fight, though, as Seb is able to use the Stampede to get out. Supreme, another missed tornado from him. It's a bit awkward, and Seb tips him for it.
Are you serious?
Radiant's bottom tower is
You
under
won a
attack.
TI and you're tipping something in Dota Plus? Where's the Battle Pass? That was a Dota Plus tip. Peasants tip with Dota Plus.
Dire's middle tower
At least give
is
them
under
Battle
attack.
Pass points.
Take your word for it. Relocate in. Charlie, though, oh, he thought he was just going to be able to TP out. He doesn't have his BKB up yet, so he doesn't have a good option to be able to get away. See Era there doing some cutting of the creep wave a little bit, trying to pull him back, but OG, they're going to try and resume their stranglehold on Ninjas and Pajamas, despite the fact that it was Nip who just recently took Roshan.
Radiant's top tower is under
Yeah, that was
attack.
one of those like Hail Mary play from behind Roshans where it doesn't really make it so that you can fight. It's just that OG can't take it. It gives you that little bit of a gold boost, and you know, it is on Supreme. It gives you a get out of jail free card for him. If he dies once or twice, I mean, he's the saving grace in this game. So that wouldn't be good.
Thompson just zooming around, not caring, not giving a damn, all by himself pretty much, because he knows thanks to the BKB, there's not really a whole lot they can do against him. He'll time his TP with the ending of the BKB nicely. And now he's got 30 movement speed, so he's going to be doing that same exact thing, but even faster.
You're totally right about how he's playing like he has an IO behind him, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, he's just split pushing on his own.
Yeah.
And instead of relocating out, he just BKB TPs.
He just uses his movement speed. Initially, it was his movement speed because he's like, okay, I can outrun Rolling Thunder. Like I have enough mobility to dodge it, right?
Yep.
And then now he's got a BKB, so he's like, well, once they put any real disables on me, I can deal with that as well. The BKB still on cooldown for now. He's gonna get the Tornado EMP follow-up. The rest of his team, it's a little bit too far away. They're gonna bounce back in, but they snatch the Soulbind onto the Invoker with the Pango, so they completely neutralize him, get the homing missile stun afterwards, and this is going to be a comeback here for the Invoker, but what can he do with the second life? He's gonna pop his BKB, but that poor Sven, man, he just gets eaten alive by Thompson. A really nice ice wall, but Thompson zooms out of it pretty quickly, and now he's got his BKB up. Seth, he tried to put a halt to Supreme's retreat there. Look at him go, man. He's catching up to Era. Era thought, oh, please, the Icarus dive. Surely it's going to give me enough distance, but it won't. Thompson's a shark, and he'll hunt down these kills wherever he smells the blood to do so. If it comes all the way to the end of your fountain, he'll take it, and maybe even in the fountain. Of course he will. Thompson, calm down. What are you doing, you mad lad? Get out of there with the BKB TP. Once again, he'll be fine. They don't have any stops to these things.
I'll take that.
This is a total alpha Chad move. He didn't need to try and do that. A kill on Misha does nothing for OG. That's just another BKB charge, but god damn it, Thompson will assert his dominance over anyone who challenges his reign.
I don't even know what to say. Is this Dota? What? It's just psychological warfare.
Yeah.
Like, this is cyberbullying.
1000%.
You can't do this. It's 2020. You can't cyberbully people. My God. He survived.
Yeah, of course he did, because he's Thompson, man.
Radiant's
There were
top
3
tower is
heroes.
under attack.
I mean, I just can't believe he actually took fountain shots.
And survived, right? This is a buffed fountain. This is a 7.27C fountain.
Yeah, it's an Ursa fountain, you know? It's got
It
them
is.
the Fury swipes. Misha kind of pops his head out. So, okay, the relocate's coming. Saberlight says it's time to go. He does have the soul bind on him. He'll steer it away from the Invoker to make sure he's not halted in place. Can the rest of the team actually get out there? Still TPing. Oh no, Supreme! That TP, I think that was a long one. He's gonna pop his BKB. Deafening Blast will actually help him survive here. So it's just a BKB charge, but still, that was a little too close for comfort.
Yeah, if there's any follow-up there, he just dies and the game is basically over. And once again, he is absolutely the saving grace in this game. Charlie does not have the net worth to do anything. He's almost doubled in net worth by Thompson.
Double damage!
You don't even need to worry about matchups. Like, who does Sven counter? It doesn't matter when it comes to an 8K gold lead on the enemy carry. Well, effectively the enemy carry.
Let me just hope to ever in my life be as confident as Thompson in Dota games, man.
He was born with like a mutation. He's got some like extra brain compartment that we don't have access to, or he's missing one.
Oh yeah, maybe he's missing the fear.
I think so. I think that's legitimately.
He just doesn't know fear.
I mean, he doesn't look afraid. I've never looked at him and seen fear in his eyes.
Yeah, first TI shows up. He didn't look nervous.
He doesn't. He's either smiling or no expression whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just while owning people in their fountain. I don't know if I should be worried or impressed.
I think we're describing him too much like a psychopath.
No.
We
Listen,
do see him laugh.
I'm not trying. No, I'm not trying to go down the psychopath route here, okay? And I realize the phrasing matters.
Scanning.
I threw in the little. He smiles.
Yeah.
I don't think psychopaths do that. Doesn't look fake when he smiles. He enjoys Dota.
Yeah. As do all of OG, because they're always having a good time when they're playing Dota, man. I bet everybody was getting the cake out of Thompson diving into the fountain like that.
I can't wait for that replay of their faces.
Oh, yeah. I want to see that. For
Dire's
sure.
top tower is under attack.
It's so
Radiant's
difficult for
bottom
NIP right now.
tower is under attack.
And the thing is, Sven's not a hero you can get a rapier on. Like, if you had a Terrorblade or a Medusa or, you know, one of these typical
Dire's
Agi
top
carries,
tower has
it's like,
fallen.
oh, you get a rapier.
Yeah.
He might be able to carry the game, but he's not particularly great with a rapier.
Yeah.
Just gets kited. You're going to get kited and lose it, but...
You've got your own, like, damage steroid. The biggest problem is actually getting the damage onto people.
True.
And OG, well, they're just controlling the map. They've got a 14,000 net worth lead, and it's growing all the time because Ninja Pajamas, they very rarely hold a whole lot of real estate. No Tail dropping some sprays on the ground while dodging tornadoes. Misha, he's going to be able to get the paralyzing cask. It's not going to land for very long, and missed initiation there from Seb. He's tried to blindly catch Charlie. Charlie pops his god strength. They're chasing after the Pango right now. Definitely Black's going to push him away, but they still manage to finish off that team fighter. And look at the damage coming out from Thompson, man. Charlie, it just looks like he's being ignored as now the Supernova is going to be dealt with by the Gyrocopter. Charlie finally falls as he couldn't even kill mid one. Supreme looking to finish him off with the tornado, the ice wall, but no, the heals come in from No Tail. That is an ultra kill for the Chad Sun, and they didn't kill anything. Look, they're all ending on mid one. This is just sad at this point in time. This is cyberbullying.
This is give him the rampage. Oh, those are some good teammates. Those are some great teammates.
I'll shout out for Ninja the Pajamas for giving him the rampage as well. Whew. That was I mean, that was a fun series, no doubt.
master.
Or did Rubik, or did
Not
the other
Castle.
way?
I think I've seen one professional game. It was like 5 years ago where there was Rubik mid against Invoker mid, and Invoker just didn't invoke any spells.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's the strategy. Phoenix coming out.
This Earth Sphere, it's actually one of the heroes that when people do theory craft, what is really
10
crap for
seconds
Rubik to steal, it's like, well, okay, every single one of his spells uses Remnant, and
Yeah,
you don't
5
have Remnants as
things
Rubik.
that combine stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going back to Darkseer, Earth Spirit lane. Okay.
Oh.
Wow, Team Secret, they're not fooling around, huh? Whenever I see someone just first facing like Spectre, Anti-Mage, it screams like try-harding, if you know what I mean. Like, of course they're here to win, but it just says, yeah, we came here, we want to win this. Maybe not in 20-25 minutes, but Anti-Mage needs a bit more time. But it's hard. I think Team Secret is definitely the strongest teams in terms of like drafting. You don't know what they're gonna pick. That's the thing. Like, you can see OG, the way they're drafting, the way they're playing, you can expect certain heroes, but if you look at Team Secret, you really have no idea. Like, you could just name 20 heroes, they might not get any of those 20.
Yeah, you don't see first phase AM too much, and usually when you do see it, it's something you question. Obviously, when we're watching Team Secret, arguably the best team on the planet, and Puppy, there's a reason for it. We're not going to question it, but you want to. I'm not going to lie to you. It's like that's the instinct. So you see AM, it's like, all right, what's going on here? This really makes you think, how important are these last 3 picks? Like, why are you doing this? Like, there's a reason.
What are they protecting?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what do they want to see, too?
I mean, what? Okay, so are there any scenarios where Matuma Man is not playing the Anti-Mage?
Well, you talked about it, right? Some AM position 4 in public. Was it you or someone else?
I would never suggest such a thing.
I believe there's still like a certain amount of heroes that can be played at different roles than what we're used to. It's just other teams also need like confirmation from tier 1 teams that that's doable. Like someone's gonna do that in pub. Is not relying on mana. This is what Anti-Mage is afraid of. Like, you max your bash, you don't care too much about not having mana, you still put a lot of pressure on AM.
Yeah. Right. Thinking, like, going back to the AM pick, I suppose the 2 heroes, like, if you look at a Rubik and a Phoenix, less greedy, like we just saw OG run the IO safe lane and run the true carry mid.
10 seconds remaining.
Can work out. We know Nisha can play it. It's not like, you know, it's a hero that is in his arsenal.
Yeah.
We have the Magnus still banned out, as well as the Darkseer, so no real surprises there. But I am a little bit surprised to see the Slardar banned out.
Slardar just demolishes any kind of melee core, and he is not relying on mana. This is what Anti-Mage is afraid of. Like, you max your bash, you don't care too much about not having mana, you still put a lot of pressure on AM.
Yeah.
Right. Thinking, like, going back to the AM pick, I suppose the 2 heroes, like, if you look at a Rubik and a Phoenix, do they really do that much to an anti-mage? I mean, Rubik can steal the blink and has lift, but you can also spell shield it.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel like either of them really do that much against an anti-mage. Like, you know, at least support-wise in both of these lanes, like especially if you ban out the Slardar, that anti-mage is at least going to have a fine matchup against the support.
I don't know if you noticed, but there's still 3 more picks for Team Liquid.
This is true. This is true. But, you know, supports are in both the side lanes, right? Anti-mage is going to play in the safe.
Well, you're saying support on the Phoenix. We've seen it at core, position 3 a lot of time.
That's true.
So that's still an option as well. But basically what you're saying is you want to see more disables. Now that they know they're up against an anti-mage, like, you want to see disables for them.
I think so. I think so. That's why they banned the Slardar.
Yeah, but if they just pair up these 2 together and play it against the AM in the lane, it feels very strong. Like Fiery Spirit overtime damage, Fade Bolt minus damage.
True. You do still have the support counter pick as well, though. So,
well, Team Secret, they know better than us. They just banned out Axe, which is most of the time played as position 3, unless Yapsor's playing it, getting Meteor Hammer into Blink Dagger. Like, Yapsor's been experimenting with position 4s. I also want to see like more of Team Secret, what they are, like what they have prepared. Because they certainly have some.
Oh, you think they should, regardless, sure. Like, because I could see Puppey just, you know, has a break, rolls back out, like, what do I think my team wants to play today, and then just goes for it. I can see both ways.
So speaking of that, I'm actually going to predict that this is a core offlane Snapfire.
Okay.
I think Zai's going to play this.
You think it's a Zai Snapfire?
I think so. I think you're both 100% right. I don't think this is going to be some standard 4 Earth Spirit 5 Snapfire, which is exactly what it looks like. I think that's too obvious for Secret. I think Zai's like, give me some Snapfire.
But maybe it's the mind game. Maybe that's what they want Liquid to think.
Gotta get the next level, previous level.
So they go with the Centaur. Centaur, I don't know how you feel about him, but I feel like he got nerfed. Like, some other spells got buffed. Retaliate, not as good as it was before. You can't really pressure the tower as much, but still, same concept as a Slardar. You still deal damage to Anti-Mage even without mana.
Yeah, we saw Seb go for the 2-2-0 build in the previous game.
Yeah, I like that. I think I definitely rated the Slardar as like, sorry, the Centaur. As soon as I saw the Centaur change, I was like, this is a nerf. Like, this hero sucks.
Yep.
But then people started just leveling the Q and the nuke. And it's like, oh, okay, just a generic stunning offlaner guy now. And the problem with that build, though, in this matchup, is that you're against an anti-mage, so you need mana to use the stun at the very least. And the double edge, I mean, it's fairly obvious. You can just reflect it with the counterspell.
It's true. Maybe, well, he's just gonna have to kill someone else instead.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe he will actually go for the passive in this game. Maybe at least like 2 value points or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
I gotta say, I feel bad for Koikwa. A lot of his heroes got nerfed. Like, if you just, especially Lone Druid, he was happy for like 2 weeks, spamming it, winning some games with it, and Asfrog says, nope.
Yeah.
And those were the 2 weeks that they didn't have any officials. It's unfortunate. Oh, we got a Puck coming out.
Yeah, I just checked the games because I was saying a lot of shit against Puck. I don't really like the hero right now. It feels very weak. And then I looked at Team Secret's last 10 games. They had 6 games of Puck picked and they won all of them.
Okay. I feel like Puck is a coil. Like that's like why you're picking the hero. I don't think it does.
Yeah, I mean, there's a great synergy. I saw one Snapfire yesterday or the day before when they had, I believe it was Viking, where they had like no stuns. With Coil, you know where they're gonna be. So Snapfire ulti is gonna be much better. Also, Team Secrets played position 5 puck. They played as a mid lane. They could do it as an off lane as well.
Actually, when Snapfire first got added to the game, I think this was like the combo people were picking because that was back when Puck was a broken hero.
He gets it anyway.
I was gonna say, Lone Druid's win rate's not that bad in pro level pubs. I feel like it's not as nerfed as people think it is. It's low pick rate though, so it's kind of like one of those heroes that only the specialty players are playing and winning with, not everybody. But I feel like Koikva, you know, this guy's just such a Lone Druid fiend.
Oh, your Puck's so tiny. Sorry.
Man, they have a Earth Spirit kick to break the coil too. That is always so nice. Anything that can just break the coil makes Puck feel 1,000 times better.
Anti-Mage does not like to play into Lone Druid.
No.
He really does not. Like once he gets... it usually is just a Monkey King bar. I've seen people skipping Mask of Madness going straight into Monkey King bar. But that was when, you know, Monkey King bar was a bit OP. Now he got nerfed a bit, but still one of the best items in the game at the moment.
I think I've seen Koikva do that recently, actually. Like this
just
guy.
straight into MKB.
Oh, yeah. Still.
5 seconds remaining.
Still a really great item. Just like the timing that you get it at. I feel like you could add 5 minutes to it and it's still a good timing. You get it early, so early. Maybe 5's a little high, but you get what I'm saying.
Are we still thinking a curveball from the side of Team Secret? Because it still looks pretty standard now.
I think so. I don't know. I refuse to look at a Team Secret draft and they're going to first face Anti-Mage, pick all these heroes, and just run them in standard positions.
I think they shift Puck to position 5 most likely, or just off lane. You do not want to be playing Puck into Lone Druid on a mid lane. It's just a disaster for Puck.
Decent in the game though. Like if you can catch the Lone Druid with the silence, it's one of the few things that from a long range you can actually stop him from transforming. Because the problem is when he gets the transformation off and he just tanks with 10,000 effective HP.
You said earlier, Jenkins, that with just the Rubik and the Phoenix, like if this is a straightforward anti-mage first 2 picks, Rubik Phoenix is not enough to deal with that. Do you feel like the Lone Druid and the center to a certain extent, you know, makes up for that?
I think the Lone Druid definitely does. Like I don't really see what. So if anti-mage can get on the Lone Druid with the Puck coil and the Puck silence, he can blow him up before he gets the transformation off, especially if he has, you know, Manta, Basher, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But if Lone Druid can get the transformation off, Anti-Mage doesn't do anything to the hero. Nothing. So it really depends on initiation here.
All right.
So even Team Liquid thinks that it's going to be last hero for Team Secret, a mid one.
Yeah.
So they banned out that Prophet.
Did you mean mid one, or did you mean a mid
hero.
one hero, or a mid hero? Nisha hero.
Agent mid one.
Agent M. There's so many Agent M's
remaining.
So yeah, the Necro and the Death Prophet ban are just, you know, we know it's a mid Lone Druid, it's Quake for Lone Druid, and these heroes do percentage damage, which just totally desolates the bear. Well, I shouldn't have used that word, that's a different hero, but you know what I'm saying. It completely destroys the bear.
Don't worry, we still understood what you meant.
Thank you.
Still good. Your point came across. They banned out the Drow Rangers, the last one then. So what is lacking on... Oh, I guess Sven's lacking on the Liquid side. I heard a lot of criticism about Sven.
A lot of criticism?
A little bit. Well, it just... I mean, to be honest, I don't think the previous game was anything to really go off of. Sven had a tough game.
I think it's a very fast lineup coming out from Team Liquid. Like, you have Lone Druid that can pretty much fight post 10-minute mark. He doesn't care too much about, you know, farming. He'll gladly join, rotate, take a tower. Sven, yeah, I mean, depends on the item build that he goes for. Usually we see, like, Hand of Midas into Echo Saber, Blank Dagger. It's like, this anti-mage should be afraid. There's not a single hero in this game that doesn't counter him in any way. Like,
this is a Timber game. Sorry, I had to say it before the...
Before? Okay.
I feel like this is a Timber... Oh, nope. Just kidding. Okay.
I don't think you can take that back, Jenkins. I'm sorry.
I can't.
If you're gonna interrupt someone before you...
Thank God you interrupted me there.
I'm so sorry.
No, I was not gonna say anything smart anyway, so we're good.
It's good for kiting the Sven. I was thinking, like, there's a lot of stuff that is uncountered on Liquid that needs to be countered. So Viper also makes sense here. You're kind of going more in like the kiting route. You know, you kite the Sven, you kite the bear, you deal with the bear in lane. Timbersaw, I was thinking there would maybe flex and put the Timbersaw as an off lane and then like throw the puck mid, but then you puck versus Lone Druid, which is what you said. So I imagine
odds,
that's
are very heavily into Secret's favor. Do you agree with that? With the draft?
Just by looking at the draft, I would not say so. Definitely, I think everyone expects Team Secret to be a better team considering the way they've been playing. But just by looking at the draft, I think Liquid has a higher chance to win. I would give them 60-40.
That's pretty high.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I think the odds were off. I think Liquid has a much higher chance than those odds were showing.
Sure.
But I still think that Secret is. It's Team Secret. I can't bet against that team. I mean, I just think they're like undisputed best team on the planet right now. It's easy to say.
I mean, but it's also, you know, they've got the track record.
Yeah.
What is it? 7-8 tournaments with all 3-0s. It's like, no, you know, you got an argument that nobody can disagree with. So yeah, at this point, what are we gonna look for? Like, is it which lane are you gonna look for to see if Liquid can do good here in this first game?
I want to see how much farm Kwoikwa can get on this Lone Druid, and he could easily just pop off. He is the best Lone Druid player in the world, and just for the sake of the show and Blitz, I'm gonna go with Team Liquid.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Secret. I mean, it's the obvious one. I would what exactly important. We still there's a bunch of flexes and we don't see who picked what, so I think that's going to matter a lot. And I'm interested to see who plays what.
Me too. And I know two other people who are also very interested to see who's going to play well. And those two people are a commentary team of OD Pixel and Fogged.
Holy moly! Thank you very much, Shiva. Yeah, Secret versus Liquid. Ready to see these two teams coming back in after the old little break that they've both had. And the draft, as the panel said, Secret, standard stuff. This early AM pick has been responded to by Liquid's lineup and in a way that looks pretty good from Liquid, right, draft-wise.
Yeah, I mean, their last 3 picks are literally heroes that AM does not really enjoy playing in so much. He doesn't have any like big mana pool hero that he can be going for based off of those 3 cores that we did see picked up. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of an interesting one coming out from Secret, but it looks very Secret-esque, right? They pick Puppey, a hero that I feel like this is his favorite 5 position now, and has been for quite a long time. This Puck, Zai gonna be playing his grandma that I feel like I've seen him play a couple times too.
Yeah, we've seen some cool Snapfire.
He likes playing
for sure.
And it's versus Phoenix. So one of the big things I look at is Liquid's team fight is really relying on a Phoenix in this one. Sure, Centaur's there too, but Centaur I feel like is versus a Puck, right? Puck handles the Centaur a lot of the times in the game with that oil versus the rest of the team, and then Snapfire will kill the egg in most of those fights. So team fight I'm looking at, I mean, Secrets is pretty strong, just not looking at the AM if they just fight as 4.
Location. See, ooh. Holy moly! Little bit of pause, I think.
It's like that. What is that music that goes on with the pause? What happens next? To be continued goes across the screen, right?
Yeah. What is it? I mean, Mickey, he just got the stun out, right? So I think he's going to be able to walk around and get this. No, he doesn't want him. Doesn't want to go. Any little too scared of the damage being taken.
Look at this.
Puppey, jumping in aggressively here as they'll continue to punch back onto the 2 of them. So yeah, this will be the setup. Mickey and Insania top.
In a 5-position Rubik. Something you really don't see very often because that's what they have to make their lanes like this, right?
Sure.
They have to put the Phoenix as the 4.
But it is, it is insane here.
It is
right?
insane.
You can see it on his levels. He loves this hero. It's probably in terms of his games across the board his most played.
Yeah. I'm wondering how this matchup's gonna go. Okay, so Nisha's just gonna play the push the lane in, farm the side, and he's just gonna, it's gonna just be a match in farm lane is what I imagine. Viper versus that Lone Druid. Bottom, see how Matu does with Puppey at his side. Doesn't seem like it should be too hard of a pressure lane onto this anti-mage, actually.
No, I mean, well, you're going to take the mana away from Boxy. He's not going to have his spells, other than the double edge to sort of throw back here and then, but should never really threaten you. You know, you're not going to be too scared. And the Fire Spirit's always a little bit of a nuisance, but Puppey doing a good job of keeping Tiger pushed right back. And in fact, Tiger
is
getting very low here. He's going to start salving up. Puppey's got another orb in a second. And he's going to at least look to cancel that salve. We'll be able to do so. So yeah, Tiger getting fully bullied here by Puppey on this bottom lane and definitely making sure that the space is there for the anti-mage. Saying that though, he's only got the 1 CS so far down. We'll finally get the second one there, Matu. Yeah, Puppey definitely putting the work in to make this area of the map nice and cozy for the anti-mage.
I don't think Puppey wanted to drag the creep wave right there. That was a little bit of an oopsie there. Matumba's like, hey, wait a minute. Okay, so he'll be able to get it back. Yeah, Centaur, I think in the early, his base damage advantage over anti-mage is definitely going to be there. But I don't know if they're going to be... They can't like pose any type of kill threat or anything.
Yeah, you're not going to kill.
Yeah, he'll be able to get away with his lane eventually as Yapster. Will he get this courier? He's got boots. Eventually, he will be able to get 2 hits on it. It's going to take him a little bit of time. There we go.
Been killed.
And what are we seeing mid at the moment? Nisha versus Quakefer, 9 for 2, 9 for 1.
Trade farm.
And we see what sort of build nowadays is the way to go on the mid vibe. I mean, what would you like to see? He's going to start with the drums.
I think in this game, it's just an active role. I think all he really wants to do is just run around and make space for Matumba Men. So any type of active early items, I think drum is the most appropriate at the moment in the patch that allows you to do so.
Yeah, you're always going to want to have someone on your team getting the old drums online. That's top. Insania should be okay here, Yapso. Nothing more else to throw out, and Mickey gonna head round and help punch back a little bit. We'll go in with the stun onto Zai at Zai. So that's the blast to try and slow as he jukes them around. Oh, you can see though so far, Liquid there, 3 cores.
Doing very well.
The farm's looking very, very nice. 15-5, 15-5, 13 for 1. All 3 of them doing very, very well in the CS. They're having free farm in all 3 lanes.
Yeah, the top lane, usually what happens if you put Rubik as a 5 position, your lane can be a bit weak, but with a hero like Sven, and when you're playing versus a pretty weak lane of a Snapfire Earth Spirit, you can get away with it. Yeah, they're doing an excellent job up there. Seeing Matu, he's catching up, but this is a big, a nice double pull here by Taiga. This is actually a triple stacked camp, so that wave will get denied.
Yeah, Taiga doing a good job as well with the spirits, making sure the puppy cannot come in and pull it away immediately.
Yep, then we see Boxy. He's playing the no mana build. Puppy.
His cooldown. He's going to be in trouble. He's got a phase shift. It does try and jump out, but the damage is there. Taiga.
Oh, and his courier.
Oh. Is he going to find it? He's looking for it. No, doesn't want to dive the tower for it, so Puppy will be able to keep the courier safe. But Taiga with some nice moves on this bottom lane, as you say, the pull into the kill.
Very solid start for them, as they need to do in this game, and that's the way that they've drafted in particular for this one too. It's just all about that early game dominance so that this anti-mage cannot get space. They really want to press the issue forward in this game here. Lone and Sven can definitely do so to be able to pressure towers. So yeah, 3, still free farming. Looking nice. We've seen Insanio kind of playing on the side of the lane quite a bit here, so you see Mickey level 4, Rubik only level 2.
Denied.
And the one thing I haven't gotten a chance to see is stacking, right? We always talk about Sven and stacking. We always talk about Team Liquid and stacking as well. So we have to imagine that Insania at some point will back away out of this lane and get those stacks up for Mickey.
Yeah, I guess it depends on when they feel that Mickey is going to be safe on his own up there.
Yeah.
For the moment being, still Yapsor sticking up here with Zai consistently. Just trying to ensure that Insania hasn't got the room to step away from the lane.
Yeah, they're all going for it right now here. See who's going to be able to get it. Yep, so it's a bit low here.
Jump forward from Zai with the cookie. Make sure that Mickey can't get the stun off in time. They'll be able to grab the bounty rune. Yapsor taking a lot of hits. He'll pop his stick. Mickey with the chase now, but Yapsor's got another roll out as he's away.
Zai was making sure to bottle up Yapsor a little bit between those auto attacks too, just to keep him a little bit more healthy.
I see mid Puppy. He's looking for that courier. Does have an orb if he wants to go for it, and he will. Gonna send it in. In fact, there's a second one coming out.
Oh, it's 3 hits though.
It's not enough. Oh, it is.
Whoa, that was a high roll of damage.
Got a low roll on the first and a high roll on the second.
Oh, look at that. Okay, very nice. A little bit of gold going for his team. And I do believe, I think I saw Phoenix on the side there stacking Ancient/Hard Camp on the right side of the map. So getting in preparation for that Sven to be able to farm. I think Yapsor is doing the right thing right now. I think this is exactly what he should be doing, is leaving the top lane, ensure that Snapfire gets an early 6, because then they can threaten kills onto Sven very easily. Mortimer Kisses is no joke in the early game. So Zaya is going to get solo experience. We see Yapsor camping the top rune. Will spawn bottom.
And top lane Zai. He's got the stick charges, tries to cookie away, but Insania picks him up with telekinesis.
Nicely done. Great way to punish when Yapsor leaves. Have to immediately do that to ensure that Grandma does not get all those levels. Snapfire not able to get that 6 just yet. And Boxy having a great time bottom, even bringing the pressure onto Matu a bit.
Yeah, we'll see Tiger and Puppy come back over to this area. Boxy, I mean, as you say, I guess... Ooh.
Gets the deny on that one. You see the skill build he goes for since he has no mana. He's just doing the max retaliate build in this one.
Yeah, and you're right. It makes it very hard for the anti-mage to trade with him. Yep. Now he's out of mana, so he's not really taking any damage at all because nothing's being burnt. And he's got that favorable right click as Boxy continues to have this lead in the CS down here.
Hits level 6 nice and early on, but no mana to be able to use it for his side lanes. All right, Snapfire, level 6. YapzOr probably going to look to try to make some type of active move here. If they see a good position for Mikke, if he gets a little bit low, they could definitely look to set up onto him.
See time down bottom. Puppey and Tiger just continue to go at it as Tiger's going to start heading over towards the mid. You're absolutely right, top YapzOr pulling the creeps around, seeing if they get the opportunity to go on one of Liquid whilst they're in a good open space for Zai to sit back and lay down the kisses.
See Quake for mid. He's taking advantage whenever Nisha does back up to go to jungle, because the way, you know, Nisha's skill build, he knows Nisha's just going and just trying to maximize the farm, so trying to capitalize with some tower damage.
I'll see 8-minute rune. It's going to end up spawning at the top. Invis could allow for some sort of surprise setup.
Uh-oh.
The top.
He cookied it.
As soon as YapzOr disappears, once again, Mikke and Insania, they're moving on to Zai. They've got the range for the telekinesis. It's going to be a second time they're doing it perfectly each and every time. It's very hard for YapzOr to leave this lane. As soon as he's gone, they are making a move, Liquid.
It helped also that Zai cookied into them too, but but yeah, they're definitely identifying that for sure. And look at this, top 3 net worth still for those three cores. Mikke off to a fantastic start, already level 7. And it looks like he does have, like we were mentioning, he has a couple stacks to back up to, and now it's time to do so. Give somebody the top lane, either your Phoenix or your Rubik, go back up to jungle as your Sven so you're not threatened by the Snapfire ultimate.
Let's see what they can do mid. They're going to try and get on top of Quake, but let's see if they can find him. The kiss is already starting their damage, as you say. A few shots from Granny, and Quake was out of the lane.
Holy moly. Especially in combination with the poison attack magic amp. He just evaporated. And now Nisha's going to be able to get some damage onto the mid tower from that rotation from Zai. They send Puppey toward top because now Matumba is not getting pressured toward bottom. So both sides look like they're distributing their levels as best as possible. But still wanting to pressure Mikke.
Yep, they're going to throw out their nukes onto him. Not enough to kill him. Still pushing him back. Mikke is about 400 away from having that Midas stun that he's trying to rush as quickly as he can. You know, keep him on pace with Matu when Matu inevitably gets that Battle Fury down bottom. Breaks out. Nisha, nice move, sets up for Matu to finally get Boxy out of this bottom lane.
Those are pretty big kills they just gotten. Both of those cores that we said were having such a good time in the laning phase now die back to back, and it's right around this 10-minute mark for the bounties. Taiga.
He's going to be able to get to the side, but YapzOr reads the angle perfectly, chases him down after the dive. Secret, they just needed a little bit of an opening to get themselves going, and here at 10 minutes, we're seeing that little bit of a lead that Liquid started to build up, getting shut down.
Yep, and look at this, Puppey. We see those stacks. I mean, it's Liquid. Liquid is literally the team in the game that stacks the most camps out of anybody in Dota. Puppey's going around, he's scouting them out, watching Mikke, sapping that experience from him as well from those camps being cleared. They're really starting to get a good amount out of the map on the side of Secret with this draft that you'd imagine doesn't do this early on, right? With an anti-mage, with the way that they set up. Boxy already has a...
Let's see if they can take this man down. They get the root onto Nisha straight up. Well, with the whole team pretty much coming in there, bar Mikke, just the 4 of them.
I don't think he... I didn't know he finished up the blink there already. That is extremely quick there for Boxy. All right.
I mean, maybe they didn't expect it because they had just killed him, right? But we've been seeing how much free farm he was getting in that matchup down bottom.
I like this. He's getting super active right away, looking for YapzOr.
Kisses are going to come out from Zai to try and put them off from focusing down YapzOr, giving some sort of space to get out there. In fact, YapzOr tries to go for Boxy, but the blink's back up. Boxy's off to the side.
His TP, he does not have mana for it yet.
Yeah, YapzOr's going to continue to hunt this down. He's going to be able to find him around the trees. Still Boxy rather tanky, though, and does have mangoes to drop the hoof stomp if YapzOr steps too close. Back towards mid. Looking forward from Zai, trying to get Nisha in range of Quakefer, but Quakefer goes straight for the TP out, and he's away.
Good aggressive move by Liquid to try to pressure that tower as early as possible, but Secret responds with full force. So many deep wards on the map from both sides. You can see how much they want to play aggressive on both of these teams here. Puppey, more particular just to watch the stacks, while it looks like Liquid's more trying to defend theirs.
And these timings, I mean, we're seeing Mickey with the Midas online and still Matu.
He's ahead of him.
It's you know that this Battle Fury is going to come at a very good time too at the moment for Matumba Man.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Liquid can do. They get these stacks, get Mickey's Echo Saber as quickly as possible, and then at that point, right, you're ready to start running in, and if you can find the catch onto the anti-mage, this Sven with the God Strength, the Echo Saber, he's going to be able to kill him pretty easily.
Yeah, you can definitely show up the fight. You still have to be careful because there's a ton of magic damage and control coming out from the side of Team Secret, so got to play around that one nice. But it's very surprising though, Sven, an anti-mage being matched up with the Sven's farm at this time.
Point, yeah.
These stacks are going to be the crucial thing though, right? He's going to go farm these right now, and that's where he's really going to catapult forward ahead of Matumba, while Liquid's also looking to make an aggressive move at the same time. I like this.
I'll see if they can catch him. This is the one they want.
It's a tough kill.
It is very, very hard. Even if Foxy gets the jump, they're going to turn for the easier one. Go over towards Puppey. See him step up. They'll have to settle with that one. That's still Matu. Is able to walk away freely. And was, I think, about just 600 gold away from that Battle Fury. So it is going to be around this 14-minute timing from him. Very, very fast from Matu.
Yeah, still pretty good. Especially for the lane that he was in, I'd say that. So this is still quite nice for him. And they're actually going to look to pressure a tower here. They're going to get a little bit of mirror movement, as they did expect the Sven to leave and go farm elsewhere. So tower trades. Well, Secret looks to fight this one, though. They don't have anybody set up down here yet, so it looks to be unlikely.
So there it is, the 30 minutes, 38 seconds on the Battle Fury from Matu. Top lane, they're going to drive the jump in onto Nisha, leading him with the Stampede box. He's able to find the catch. The Mortimer's Kisses start to come out from Zai. Roll forward from Yapso. He's in on top of Quafer, but Quafer in that ultimate form, a little too tanky for them to do anything about. Still, though, they burst down Boxy. Chase from Tiger with the Sunray, looks towards Nisha. Another route out now with the Supernova. They try and turn the beat down with the fear. Pushes him away from the egg. He comes back in, though. Zai will claim the egg, but Liquid get his life in return.
Puppey's here now, though. The Magnetize stopped spreading. Yapso actually didn't get the stone down in time, so I don't think they have enough damage to continue here. A little bit of a misplay there by Yapso, just having that tick off there. Maybe could have gotten a Rubik kill for themselves, but I think they're pretty happy. Nisha was in a very deep position, and they still were able to get trade kills. That was, I mean, pretty damn good for them, while Matumba Man's just farming during the entirety of it. I think you have to be happy if you're Secret off of that trade.
Yeah, and well, we see, at the moment, the Sven, Mickey has like this, a level or so advantage on the anti-mage because of those stacks, and but the actual gold difference, he was about a 1k lead ahead when he did clear up the ancient stacks. That's going to close up pretty soon. It's going to set up 700. If they don't find kills, Liquid, this anti-mage will start to take over.
Absolutely. Yeah, they have to try to find him somehow and hunt him. They have some decent tools, especially if Rubik gets a good steal. He has a decent one, especially from the Puck. I think that's the best thing that he can probably get. Puck and Snapfire, in order to catch the anti-mage in particular. The Silence as well as the Cookie could be some really good tools for him. If he's ever able to find those, that is. So Smoke, not successful there from Liquid to try to find any type of anti-mage.
Just back around mid. I mean, a little harder to fight into Secret now, though, with Zai having the mech complete.
And we talked about this a bunch, right? Is the team fight that Secret does have together with their 4. It is very strong versus what Liquid has, because that egg, we saw it. Even if you have things to cover it like stuns or fears, Zai just kills it by himself. And
Puppey's gonna find a free catch there. Dream Coil down onto Tiger, and giving the kill to Matu as well, making sure he gets the last hit. Continuing to get this anti-mage game on a really good path for Matu.
Nice little stolen orb there. Able to get the D-ward safely and get himself out. And look at that, Insania does chat wheel when he gets a D-ward, of course, excited as a support.
I think he's just very happy to be playing his Rubik.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Mickey showing himself bottom, pressures the lane all the way to the tower. Good amount of information gained off of that. Zai showing his face mid. This is a tanky Snapfire.
Yeah, if they get a lot of roots,
there's backup.
Maybe they could do it, but as you say, he's not alone, Zai. And they're going to start looking for the trees. In fact, they're going to be able to get themselves but they found the lone druid immediately. As Liquid get punished for that. I mean, How do they know they were there?
I think they must have caught a glimpse of vision onto
maybe
the
through the trees. Yeah, I think so. Boxy must have stepped in a way that they did see him from that radiant ward that they have in mid.
It's the mid ward.
Yeah, and they knew, you know, Boxy's here. He's not going to be on his own. Let's go behind him, and boom, they get themselves on top of the big catch. Quite far.
Literally the biggest catch they can get besides the Sven. Yeah, pretty huge. More time for Matama Man to sit back and farm and catch up to Mikke, which he's starting to get close to doing so. Mikke still farming very well. He's getting pretty close to that Aghanims too with the Echo Saber. Sure, your Aghanims eats your first Echo Saber hit, which is a bit annoying, but Aghanims versus Puck, you can rip yourself out of the coil, which is super nice for yourself. So cool. Okay, he's getting his item time is at a pretty decent pace, but I think Liquid wants to be at a much bigger gold lead at this point in the game when they're playing versus an anti-mage draft.
Sure, yeah, you're 17 minutes in. It's pretty even with the way, as we said, on that bottom lane, that they did have the setup where Boxy was having a better time than Matu at this point. That's just all been lost. Matu's in it pretty much where he would hope to be at this stage.
Absolutely, and they also have, I mean, they're matched in towers, right? It's only 2 towers have been taken out by both sides, so both teams have a little bit of a tough way to access the enemy ancient/triangle area. But yeah, Mikke, that's the Aghanims pretty much done now after this next camp.
And it's got to be go time, right? You get the Ags, or are you still waiting for another item on the Sven?
I think you have to make some type of move here. Maybe they're waiting for the Lone Druid's item to finish up too. I'm not sure how close Koikfa is to finishing up that MK. He's still quite a ways away. Okay. Probably can't wait for that timing just yet. I think they probably want to start getting the move on. But even now, like, Aghanim Sven isn't something that's just going to save you, because we mentioned so much magic damage and lots of control on Secret. He can still just get eviscerated and just killed by all this damage that comes out.
Yeah, they've got the full Greaves on Zai. Matu's finished his Manta.
Yeah, Veil Puck to amplify everything, that all the magic they have. And they have Anisha Viper. Viper, one of the best heroes at just shutting down a hero like Sven, who just, you get Viper striked, your fighting is pretty much over if your Stormhammer isn't up.
Dire's bottom tower is under
So it looks like they're just going to chill back and farm for the time being. I think they don't want to rush anything just yet because of that lack of BKB. But yeah, Matu, top of net worth now. It's finally happened.
Oh, C-top. This is the move that we've been looking for Liquid to make. They want to get aggressive, but you can see Secret, they're very prepared for this. The Bear's 4 in.
Bear's getting killed pretty quickly here.
The Bear.
The magic damage.
We'll be able to keep it alive, only just.
Matumba, during all this though, like, Liquid, they're trying to get a tower. They're not getting it. Matu's getting way more farm. He takes the enemy Ancients during this too. Claims a decent lead now over the Sven. I mean, and now Secret smoking. Now they're looking for the fight themselves.
Yeah, Liquid's got to be careful. I mean, sure, Liquid's on the high ground. They do still stick together as a unit. Puppey. Smoke's going to be just fouled on him, but he's already jumping away with the orb. Boxy is going to try and chase. Goes with the Stampede. Puppey turns with the Dream Coil. In fact, the Dream Coil stun will catch him. The Fear into the root, though, will set up for Puppey to fall.
Can they think about a Roche for this here? I think they maybe have to try to force it. Yeah, they're actually going to try to go in there. I think the Coil is down. Coil is one of those big abilities.
I mean,
think this is pretty big.
Yeah, with the Bear, with the God Strength, they're taking it down fast. Secret are starting to head over, but they don't have the Puck.
Zai's looking for a position where he can get good Mortimer kisses where Wilka can't.
He's going to start doing it. He's going to start throwing into the pit for Liquid. They're already out. They're looking for the fight outside of it all. They turn over towards Yapsor. Yapsor goes down. The Supernova starts to push Secret back, but Boxy, he's down on top of Nisha. There'll be a buyback from Yapsor. Wanting to get straight back in on the action. A buyback as well from Insania, but Secret, they cannot protect Nisha. Nisha's been isolated. Liquid making the smart move then to not only go for Roche, but not fully commit. Step out of it, take this fight whilst they know they have the numbers advantage, and they know that Zai, for instance, is going to be trying to set up to throw down the ultimate into the pit.
And Zai from a distance too, so he can't actually focus fire and kill the egg. So Taiga knows he can be safe for a moment there. Coil up in 2 seconds.
Oh, they're going to go for the cookie play. It's a little early though. Roshan still at the Dream Coil now. Can they get Yapsor's going to roll in. Radiant, they do get the kill on Roche, but Mikke still grabs the Aegis, chokes out with the stun over towards Puppey and Zai. They take down Puppey now. Zai, he's in trouble. He's got one more cookie. Up he goes again, but Mikke, Insania, and Boxy, they'll continue to run him down. Stun should be back up in a second from Mikke as he comes flying forward, takes down the snap fire. And as you say, Matu, he's in a whole other game, and it's working. He's just taking range tracks.
Okay, I mean, they may have gotten an Aegis, but like you said, Secret got the last hit, so look at that gold they got from it, and their experience too. All right.
Matu just minding his own business, and playing it perfectly. I mean, you've always got to be very scared of the Matu AM.
Oof. I mean, now they have to make a lot happen with this Aegis. That's pretty scary. You just lost a decent amount of map control bottom, where now it's not a melee that died, but it's still going to get pushed in constantly now on the bottom side of the map. So Matu is going to have an avenue to play around always, and I feel like they're going to have to put a deep ward down bottom on Liquid just to be able to watch when this anti-mage is setting up to look for that split push.
Matu's just been, he just always finds the space.
Yeah.
You know, anti-mage as a hero conceptually, if he gets this good start, gets good timing on the Battle Fury and the Manta, he's going to be a nuisance to deal with. You have to pull a lot of resources into responding to the way that he's pushing the lanes out. And when it's Matu on it as well, that difficulty is just pushed up to an entirely different level.
He's gonna have the butterfly pretty much finished now at this point. Koikfa's just, his bears are just dying, and look at Koikfa's net worth in this game. He's not really a factor at all as this lone druid.
Matu's ready to get a little involved himself now as he's got a DD rune, jumps over, looks towards the bed.
It just resummoned it, and now he's caught too.
Oh, Koikfa's going to be dead as well by the looks of it.
They're going for the egg as well.
They're going to be able to find it. Oh, they've got Boxy! He's in with the soul Boxy! Oh, he protects the egg perfectly! Woo! Oh, excellent from Boxy. He will be able to turn that around. That gets the big one. That's Matumba Man dead and gone. They'll clean up Zaya as well. Boxy. I mean, it was one hit away. One hit away, and Boxy comes in big time.
That was... Koikfa survives too because of that, because Matu was like, he's about to go for him.
So yeah, chat for the bear.
Yeah, bear's done, but Matu, he saw it. Him and Yapsor both blinked past forward to go for that egg. Koikfa lives because of it. Boxy's super clutch. That's what they needed. Oh, and now Puppey.
He may just feed as well. He's going to try and hide in the trees. Boxy. He's got blinking time. Ooh, it's all right. He had a great play earlier. But it was a good attempt. Very close. Nearly finds him, but Puppey just outside of the range of the Who Stomp. He's out with the TP.
Oh my god, that's it. I felt like if that egg dies, that's game, right?
No, they needed that.
If that egg dies,
that's Boxy holding on there. Yeah. He says, come on guys, we can hold on to this one. Keep it going, and he does.
That was
the expert. Yeah.
Would have been a total disaster for them, because it would have been a full item finish.
And it was Matu turning up. He turns up and he gets a great fight on top of the free game that he's had already. That would be, that's a rough one to play into, but they keep it even, Liquid.
They get the clutch. They're still in a weird position where Koikfa's game is just abysmal, because he just keeps getting killed. He keeps getting focused on, and this, I mean, Viper just makes his bear seem pretty useless overall. But they at least have Mickey farming well, and they have ways to at least protect the egg with Boxy. But yeah, it's a lot of weight on Mickey's shoulders, I still do feel in this game, as this anti-mage is still real big problems for them, especially with this itemization.
Sure, and as you know, the panel sort of talked about at the start, the other counters or heroes that are good against the AM. At this stage, like, you look at the Lone Druid, you're just not scared at all because of the fact he's just not got the farm at the moment, Koikfa.
No, he doesn't even have MKB finished, and there's already the butterfly. This is like 2+ full items from the AM on top of a Lone Druid, and Lone Druid is pretty fragile. Like, the next item that Matumba Man gets, when he gets Basher/Abyssal, this Bears game is irrelevant. It's going to be so hard for him to play. So yeah, eyes on Mickey and eyes on just the team fight in general if they're able to cover that egg for Liquid. Still very high level. 21 on Mickey is no joke.
Oh yeah.
And he is going to be able to itemize to be able to counter that butterfly as well, fueling up that MKB. And game calms down a little bit. 30 seconds until Aegis does get reclaimed.
See if anything's to be done with it. They will start grouping up mid again, Liquid.
The lanes are in a good spot right now. They even nuke out the mid lane. They do have a smoke at the ready if they would like to, but there is a little bit of vision of them for a second. Just gotta check the runes, 26-minute rune. Just gonna be a regen, nothing too fortunate. And Aegis 5 seconds, it will be gone. Trying to catch something very quickly before it disappears, but unable to.
Yeah, Secret just avoiding those last few seconds.
Yep, and it just continues split push. Matumba Man, they see one hero mid with that mid ward, 2 heroes mid with that mid ward. He just immediately goes to bottom.
Oh, freebie in the mid lane. Puppey will be found. as you say, they've definitely got to check the Matu situation now, because he is outside the base. He's now onto the melee racks. So they've got to send some heroes back, and they will do so. Boxy and Insania come back to scare him off, but
they have to get out of mid.
Yeah, here's the aggression for Secret. As soon as they force the split and the response from Liquid to get back, they make a move onto Quoifer. The Mana Void just for styling on him. Doesn't do anything. He still dies though. Quoifer's out. Tiger TP out just in time before Yapso's able to grab him. Mickey's still on the run, but Yapso won't find him. But that's this sort of moves that is gonna tear apart Liquid. I mean, what do you do there if you're backing out? You've just got to do it
more coordinated
with more of you, or like how do you stop Secret from pulling you apart and going in when you're split up like that?
If someone's going to TP and show themselves, the other heroes have to already be way further away. That's the key thing. Or you all just have to TP to that situation. You cannot show one or two heroes, especially they had a ward too, so they saw Quoifa the entire time when he's backing away. And another death for Quoifa. He's really struggling on this lone druid this game. They have to be super wary of that split push, because this is going to be the name of the game now for Secret for the majority of the times. When Liquid has a good pushing momentum, Matsu's going to go for the split push, force a reaction, and then they're going to try to catch the stragglers. And they have great ways to catch stragglers with a hero like Puck with a blink. So they have to just be very careful of that.
Yeah, the Puck does definitely sort of ruin that whole idea of getting out with the Stampede when they are split up and trying to retreat like that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Timing-wise, Mickey I believe just about 1,000 away from having his MKB complete the rest of the components on that courier as it hovers around the shop, waiting for the Demon Edge to be picked up.
I really like that he's keeping the Clumsy Net too. I think this is one of the best items on carries a lot of the time. It's just that further lockdown, especially when you're playing versus a mobile core. It could just get him solo kills, right? If he catches Puck with the stun, he can just net him afterwards and be able to get some type of kills. So I personally just think that item is one of the better ones in the game at the moment. Even just not even counting the mana regen, just the fact that you can just net
the stats are great on it as well. You can sort of take away the stats and the item would probably still be pretty powerful.
Yep.
Very, very good stats and regen for sure on top of the active.
Matsu's going to go for a little bit of a safer item choice here. He's going for his BKB so that he doesn't have to worry about a situation like last time. Because now if he does have BKB, he can just BKB and always focus the egg and have no concern about getting chain stunned or feared away or anything like that. So going for the safer route rather than going for a basher. Same thing for Nisha. He's also going for his own BKB just so they don't have to worry about the control. Very close game though, 9-16, only 1k, less than 1k gold lead. Roche does get scouted. Zai has his courier, I believe, right inside of the pit there.
Would you still say pressure on Liquid though to make something happen? Otherwise those sort of split and pull movements from Matu are only going to get worse to deal with as the game goes on?
It definitely does feel like it, just because of how far behind Quoifa is. Like, his hero is just... It really does feel like it might just be a non-factor in a lot of these situations.
Boxy.
They get the silence on him.
And he's going to try and step up. He's got the pipe. Pretty tanky as well as the halberd. Charge across from Mickey that comes flying in onto Yapzor.
Nice.
Keeps Mickey safe. They take out the Earth Spirit. Can they go for anything else here? Mickey did pop the ultimate for this one. Looks like the rest of Secret are hiding in the trees. Mickey is going to be enraged though. Comes flying into the sun onto Zai. They are going to be able to find a second. Zai, I say that, he's actually living with that cookie. The plus 200 up as well gets him out.
And another one.
Doesn't matter. Mickey still chases down. Matu blinks in for this one. Pots the man to get out of there. Zai's actually going to buy back. Mickey's getting out of mana. He's getting kited. The kisses are coming in, but they've got the Stampede pop. They're on the retreat. Yapso's trying to get in with a rolling bolt, and Mickey's still incredible. The BKB spot. Mickey, he turns. He kills off Yapso. That's a dive back on the Earth Spirit. Mickey trying to limp at Matu. Blinks in with a BKB. Takes up the Sven. Mickey is gone for 90. And Matu's ready to chase down for more here. Blinking in. Looking towards the backlines. The rest of the team dealing with Boxy. Boxy gets the TP off in time, though. Nothing to cancel. And now Matu, the bear, is fighting back. The break as well. Matu losing some of the protection, but he still gets the opportunity to blink back to safety. Charge forward. The cookie on the illusion of the anti-mage. Sets up for the bear kill. Matu's back in with the Mana Void. Takes out Insania. A Secret, they punch back. They do need to use the 2 buybacks for it, but if they get the Roche, it's absolutely worth it.
Oh, it's so worth Mickey. No buyback. He committed his gold while chasing forward. They dove too deep. They just dove way too deep. Without a BKB up on that Sven, they have so many different ways to catch him. Like we mentioned, that magic damage too.
I feel like we've seen a few teams just underestimate the power of the buyback. Yesterday in the Alliance versus Nigma series, we also sort of saw these moves from Alliance where they're going in, and then the buybacks. These teams at the top are very good at utilizing them to make sure that any sort of, oh, hey, we can dive this. You've got to be careful, otherwise you will fall flat on your face.
Especially when it's around a Roshan timing. You have to be so careful how you play with those dives when it is around Rosh, because now you're in a real rough spot. You have a less than 1k gold lead. You probably think that you're losing the game, right? In your position after that last fight, versus an Aegis Cheese now of an AM who already had a fantastic game on the AM. This has now gone quite in favor of Secret now in these next few moments, as they're going to just be able to assert a lot of dominance with this anti-mage. And Matu's actually not going for the Basher. I think he realized how hard he was getting hit when he tried to stand toe-to-toe with both the Lone Druid and the Sven. Just itemized for armor, as the physical damage is the only thing he has to worry about at the moment.
Liquid they're charging straight back out. See what sort of a catch they can find, though. It's hard, though. Secret keeping to the side. Mickey queuing up that silver edge, so it's got an additional way of sneaking in, breaking the anti-mage and the Viper.
No reason to not build it, right? You have Echo Saber anyway. Might as well get yourself a nice slot there. Secret, though, DD at the ready. Got everything ready to look for some type of frags here if they can catch some hero. And Koikfus continuing to look extremely fragile every time they can't find him.
Hiding right behind that tier 2, though, Liquid.
Yeah.
A little tricky for Secret to get them initially.
Deep ward's getting placed down.
Yeah, just Secret getting all 3 lanes onto Liquid's half of the map. Trying to force Liquid to show themselves that they do, as I say, stay hidden in the fog. All 5 of Liquid off the map. Quakefor will start to show mid with the bear.
Matu starts forcing in that bottom wave, so if there is a fight that starts getting picked toward mid, look at this, he's already ready for the racks.
You're going to have to make some quick decisions if you're Liquid. Who's going back to defend? Who's taking the fight?
Boxy's already starting to ping it. They've got the glyph available. It's starting to drop. Just the one reaction instantly. Now they're going to shift their way toward mid. Their lanes are in a good position on Secret, so they can move from lane to lane. And it looks like Puppy's going to be the one that pushes in that top one as well to try to split Liquid up.
I mean, if you're Liquid, how do you make an aggressive play against this sort of control and pressure that Secret are applying?
You have to try to catch the heroes that are not anti-mage. Isolate the anti-mage, catch these heroes that are in the back lines, but it's been tough. This could be an opportunity, though. Mickey, he's looking for Puppy when he's doing the split push. And they will be able to find him.
Digging in with the grab.
No, great.
So that's a bit of a start to an open there, and that is a dead puck for 90 seconds.
Time.
So a good window now for Liquid to make these aggressive moves, knowing that they have the numbers here. 5 versus 4. They have to do something that once this puck's gone. This really is an opportunity for Liquid to find more, and we have it straight away with the smoke. They've got to go right now.
Look at bottom, though. Boxy is showing it. All of Secret's down here. They want to try to go for him.
Let's see if Boxy can live long enough for the backup to come in. TP's on its way. Costa who stomp onto Yabzor, lift up as well with the telekinesis. Can they burst him down with a charge forward from Mickey? They can. They take down another. See if they can chase for more. Secret, they've now got to back out. The 3 of them left. Nisha able to TP away, but Zai is not going to be as fortunate. Insane with a stolen cookie, feeds it to the bear, jumps him in, and Liquid, they find the 3rd. Cleaning up the illusions there as well, Mickey, but this is what you got to see from Liquid. They realize they have to make something happen, and they do. They get themselves 3 kills.
Have to make the fast moves whenever you do find even any type of pick-off like that. So great moves from Liquid, good responses. Secret, a little crazy, them trying to go for Boxy there. As soon as they miss the initial stun, I feel like you just have to instantly get away. Stick around just a little bit too long, and Liquid responds nicely. Now it's still some time that they can actually look to claim a tier 2. And this bear is starting to get kind of strong here. He has the Basher and the MKB up now, so he does have a decent amount of control if he's able to get it on the AM.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see Liquid. See how much they can charge in for this. I mean, Mickey's got the ult ready to pop. He is very ready to fight.
Level 25 too.
And see what they're going to start doing here is they get the jump in. Boxy, who stopped onto the 2 of them. They get the lift up onto the Viper, and Viper just gets shredded by Mickey. Nisha's out.
Radiant's middle tower.
See what more they can do. Mickey did pop the God Strength for this. Again, definitely it feels more Liquid this time round. Sure, Nisha is dead, but they expect him to have the buyback. So with him gone for a minute, they're not going to start running in, diving for more. They know that Secret, they will respond like they did a fight attempt about 10 minutes ago on the top lane.
Yeah, good discipline. Very hard for Nisha to survive. I think now it's like he needs like an Aeon disc or something like that to try to protect himself because he just gets blown up. Even with Ghost Scepter, there's no real decent play. Like you can't pop the Ghost Scepter before the stun because it gets dispelled. So
here comes the chase. Stampede popped. Insania. Continue to be chased down by Yamso, but now Yamso's gone in deep. The telekinesis into the stolen cookie. Jump forward from Mickey. Batu, he's going to try and fight back. Looks towards Boxy, but he cannot beat down the two of them. He gets disarmed. Has to blink back. Very, very cute little turnaround there from Insania with the lift into Cookie. Liquid there, they really are keeping it cool. The pressure, as you can see, is absolutely on this. You have to be so focused when you're playing against this split of the anti-mage, and they're holding on to the game, Liquid. They're keeping themselves at an advantage now, 4K, and they're really starting to make it so the Secret, they've got to really think about how they make their plays.
Yeah, Zai, now bottom, look at Mickey. He's already wrapping around onto Zai here. Zai might be able to get the kill here onto Insania. He does get him.
Does get the kill. He's got the disarm, but the Stampede's there from Boxy, keeping Mickey on top of Zai. Zai, he'll go down. The Dream Core's there onto the two of them as now Nisha starts to punch back onto the Centaur. Matu blinking in as well, looking for Boxy. Boxy may just be left behind her or not. No, Quaifa comes in with the bear, fierce back Secret, giving some space for Boxy to continue to run. Steps into the trees, gets another boost on back. Boxy, he's living, and now the X out. Matu got the BKB. He's going to look for Boxy. First down towards the end, but he's been raided. Matu, he's done. He's dead. He's gone for 100. Matu is out of the game. He's spent up. He does not have buyback on this anti-mage. And Nisha, he's been found as well. Mickey stuns up to the creeps, catches Nisha in the range of the stun. There's 4 dead on Secret.
Can they end? I think they can just end.
That's a dead anti-mage, no buyback.
If they know, they can just go for tier 4s. Hit this and start prompting, start letting them know that you might be aware of them not having buyback. They could look to actually press start here, but they're being a little hesitant here because they don't know. There is still a Viper buyback, so probably still pretty hard for them to just straightforward end it, but huge fight for them getting those stuns.
Very nicely baited by Boxy.
Yeah.
Sure, he dies, but the way that he's drawing Secret's attention, the call from Tiger to pop the Supernova. I mean, Matu, he goes in with the BKB, doesn't actually start hitting the egg straight away, goes for the Boxy kill. Even if he went straight for the egg, probably wouldn't have had enough hits to take it down on his own. And he just gets caught underneath it all. The roots come out from the bear, and he just cannot fight.
Root, and I think one bash too, just bashed under the egg, and it was level 20 that Taiga had just hit, so Supernova plus a nice, beautiful Sunray just beaming out of it the entire time too, focusing on Matu.
And that's a 12K lead for Liquid.
Now, wow. Some huge fights for them these last few moments, just being able to get these pickoffs. It all started with them catching the puck top and then making those quick moves bottom and just constantly being fast with their movements.
Yeah, the sort of the tactics from Liquid really starting to show.
Exquisite.
And now, I mean, Koikfa's game is fully recovered. After all these last few moments.
I mean, now a Secret, the move that you've been trying to make those last few times with Matu out alone, does sort of the game plan change now because you are playing from sort of considerably behind as an overall team now?
I think they still probably have to look to do that same kind of stuff. I think they just have to be more aware of not trying to focus Boxy at all. Like, that's what caused all that to happen, right? Boxy was playing himself and baiting himself, kind of, I'll use the Brian word, right? What is it, dangle? He was dangling himself or whatever. And they got baited by the dangle. So they have to just be a little bit careful of who they want to go for with their focus fire. Maybe look for those backlines a little bit more when they do go for those fights, but it's just tough. It's getting hard now because of how much Liquid has gotten over those last few fights. All these heroes have gotten an extra item or two because of those last few one fights. Arcane Rune plus Spell Risen. Come on, Mickey.
Mickey's on the hunt, Puppy.
Whoop.
He's out. Instant reactions there from the puck.
Radiant are scanning.
Look at these cooldowns.
Matu's going to start poking. Liquid's going to have to head back.
Dire's bottom
As Matu on the base. See the TP's come in. Now I'm going to pop the Stampede. Boxy's going to try and chase this down here.
Oh, Mick is going to try to cut him off. Look at this. He's darting all the way across the map.
He's got a TP though, and he's going to start TPing out there from the trees as he's away. Oh, only just in time though. Insania nearly found him back over towards mid. The kisses come out onto Tiger. Take down the Phoenix and maybe able to beat down onto the bear as well as he gets slowed up. They'll find it and back to the roll over onto Quaifa. He needs help. Insania with the stolen blink jumps in, gets the lead in onto Nisha as Mickey goes forward with the ult. Matu jumps in. He's ready to try and fight back against the Sven. He's looking towards Mickey. Has to blink away there. Mickey just doing too much damage. The mana just there. No enough for it to jump over once more to Yapzor. Double kill for Mickey. The fear from the bear pushes back Zai into the reaches of the Sven as Mickey claims the triple and Roche is up. Liquid into the pit. Nisha out for 90 without buyback. This is going to be a free Roshan for Liquid.
Yep, and even though Taiga dies, immediately buys back. He's back into the fight. Nisha, no buyback. Another one fight for Liquid, the way they're able to set up. Nisha's hero has just completely fallen off in these last few moments. Mickey knows, I click stun on you, you have no way to play around it. Even though he did, like we mentioned, Nisha bought Ghost Scepter to try to deal with Sven, but Stormhammer Dispel, like you can't actually play around it. You're dead in the one stun. It's very tough to actually do. And yeah, now Liquid, they've got a timing window here where they could look to pressure in that mid. They've got their lanes in a okay position.
Matu.
He's tried for it here.
He's not going to get it. Sania's out of there. And the side of Liquid, they're taking this mid-brax. No get it. No defensive from Secret. The mid-brax are taken. As Liquid have just done an excellent job in the second half of the game, outplaying Secret.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Puppey trying his best to do the split push. He gets grabbed by Insania.
Is under attack.
Mickey's actually TPing back to try to go for this kill here. Now they're going to get chased, though.
They are, Zai.
See if we can get
in. Looking towards Boxy. Matu, who's he want to go for? He's going to try and blink down bottom, but already Liquid, they've split up in a way that Matu not quite able to find the target. Liquid's going to get everyone out of there.
Good disengage.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Getting tough for Team Secret to actually find anything with the way Liquid is playing all together around each other.
Dire's structures are fortified.
That is what you sound like.
And they're starting to get all these level 25s now built together. Koikfa's game, like we said, had been recovered quite a bit ago. Now has hit level 25. Much stronger threshold for him.
Very hard for Secret to really fight into them 5v5 right now.
Yeah. Now it's gotten just so much more difficult. I think they were more around that mid-game peak timing, right? With at least the first 4 heroes that they have. The Puck, the Earth Spirit, Viper, and Snapfire, very strong around that early game, but once they start getting collapsed on, the game has definitely gotten so much harder. Taiga now with that Refresher Shard 2 on top. Another level 25 also for Liquid. Game not getting easier for Secret.
Is under attack. Dire are scanning.
See if they can catch any of Secret here. As 2 of them starting to head out. Zai's already away. This scan
top tower
didn't quite catch onto Puppey. And Puppey also able to TP out in time. Won't find any catches here. Puppey also having the Aghanims now complete.
All right. Pretty good pickup there. Very strong versus these heroes. Sven still has ways to play around it, sure, but definitely a good pickup there for them. Still hard fights. Very tough fights for them to go through these very tanky heroes now that the AM can't actually just jump Abyssal and kill because he went for that AC for more the defensive aspect. Now he's getting close to the Abyssal though.
He's just going to take a bit of damage back to himself when he's hitting with that 25 on the Centaur.
Yeah.
Giving...
Oh, but Boxy showed very far forward here. Do they have enough to bring him down? If they commit everything, they do.
That is what you sound like.
I mean, you know, fair play, Boxy feels he's tanky. He just wasn't quite tanky enough to be making plays that far out on his own.
Some time now without a Centaur, 90 seconds. They still have Aegis, though, during the entirety of while he's gone.
That's exact.
But some time for them to finish up their items, finish up in particular Matu's Abyssal, and probably still have close to buyback afterwards. Abyssal changes the whole dynamic of Anti-Mage, because that's where he can actually look to jump into the backlines and just kill heroes before the fight starts. So let's see if that is something that they're going to try to do while the Centaur is dead. They are smoked up. Coil should be coming back up pretty soon. About 10 seconds. And Liquid, they should know. Yeah, they know something's up. They should definitely just sit in the base and wait for this time.
Playing very defensive.
Ooh, baited by the Illusionist Cape.
Is under attack.
And it's a stolen coil as well. Not only just a coil,
he's got an
Ag's coil stolen. Yeah. Because Rubik has his own.
All right, Insania, he's going to have a...
Oof.
He's going to have a lovely time with that one. Already having a brilliant game, of course. Insania 2, 3, and 23 on this Rubik.
That's a tough one. Matu cannot play around that easily at all. Even with his BKB, like if he gets caught in the coil, he's very likely to just die.
That's going to cause some huge issues in the next fight. To the point where Matu, he's probably top of this list now, is to get on that Rubik, make sure that he's not able to get his spells off.
Yep. A big steal and a big play there, right? Even just these small things, illusion escape bait, right? The little things in Dota that can really change the tide, change things a lot. Everyone's getting close to 25 on the side of Liquid. Secret not quite in the same boat by any means. Puppy's actually the second highest level on the team. Standard Puppy.
Yeah, with the way that he's been splitting out these lanes, he's
the only one who can.
Yeah.
He's got the elusive plays to be able to. The other heroes are just very immobile, so if they try to split push, they'll just die. I think Boxy now has a full hex, right? He's about to if he sells that wand.
I mean, just looking at the kills as well, I mean, you couldn't sort of write it any better for the way that it's gone for Liquid with regards to the kills, right? You have your carry, 20 kills, 1 on 5. Everybody else, you know, this is the dream team for a carry Sven. They've let him, or he's just been there to get them. He's got all the kills.
Yep.
Now this is a very happy place for Mickey to be in.
Dream game for carry Sven, and they also have the backup of a secondary carry from that lone druid too. Although, like we said, Koikfa was having a bit of a rough one, fully recovered. And they continue to scale very, very hard with these cores. And even their supports. Like, look at that. Like, Phoenix and Rubik are farming like beasts. Phoenix continues to get stronger and stronger as games progress. See what Secret does here. These fights look like they're going to be very difficult for them.
Trying to catch them off guard with the smoke.
They're kind of split at the moment.
Going for this turn off the outpost.
Mickey.
He's going to show. He's keeping it cool. Will now show, but smoke coming to an end. Secret have already started to back off. Just unable to find that catch that they'd hoped for. At least, you know, I mean, they get the outpost, but it is going to fall back into the hands of Liquid easily before this 50-minute mark.
Yeah. Liquid now all together. There's a bit of a scary moment there for when Secret had smoke because they were split up. Secret couldn't find anybody there. They're going to see Puppy there for a second if they want to try to commit. He does have Aeon Disc as well as the Magic Lamp, though, so 2 different little ways to bail himself out if he does get gone on. And how much longer do we have on the Rubik Steel? I think that's kind of something that Secret's really wary of, yeah.
There's still a decent amount.
Still a decent chunk of time on it.
Yeah, Secret going to be very aware of fighting whilst that's still there for Insania.
I mean, I don't even know how long it lasts. That's the one thing. Because with Arcane Supremacy, Coil already lasts, what, it's like 7 seconds with Ags or so? So it's going to be like 10 seconds of a Coil where you're just leashed as an anti-mage. 10 seconds of a Coil is insane. So definitely got to be very careful.
Now Liquid's starting to push up. Getting a bit more aggressive as it comes to the end of this timing where Insania has the Coil.
Yep. Really trying to force the issue.
Let's see what Secret's going to do about him. And Koikfa,
the BKB Bear with the Sunray.
It's taking these racks pretty quick. They're allowed to use the fortification. Slows down Liquid a little bit. Liquid now knowing that Secret will have everybody here ready to fight. And Matu going the only way that he really can right now. Nisha mid lane. Bottom lane, they get them jumping onto Nisha. Nisha's been hexed, they're able to force him to the side. The green goes out to and they pop the egg.
Very defensive positioning.
Matu did go in incredibly aggressive for the backlines, and he's gone for it. He's dead. He's out of the game. He does have buyback. The big aggressive move from Matu, punching heavily. Now they're looking for the jump in onto Mickey. Have they got the control? Mickey getting stunned up. He popped the Satanic, though he's turning. He's going to be able to start life stealing his. Another egg comes the end. The egg's there. Matu. They're turning Matu. He bought back for this and he's dead again. Matu dead and gone. He's out of this one for 2 minutes as Liquid. They should be able to resume this cleanup or at least finish off this bottom racks. The melee racks are gone. Mickey charging him once more with the stun onto Yapso. Yapso's dead, going to die, or is he? He's going to live. Nisha goes down. Nisha bites back. Liquid poking a little close to the fountain now. See if Secret can punish this. Liquid focusing back towards the objectives. Nisha starting to stack up the poison on Boxy. Mickey, he's back in. Charges forward yet again. The Cookie trying to save Nisha, keeping him apart from Mickey. Mickey, they're pushing very dangerously close towards the fountain here, Liquid. They may need to calm it down a little bit. Jesus Pop will heal Mickey back up at the
Mickey's
Viper.
hurting.
It is slowing him down. The Hex on the Puppey. Mickey charges over on towards Yatso. Yatso cooking back towards the fountain. Mickey pops the BKB, but he spins aside, gets the stun off onto Nisha. No, and he's done it. He's killed off Nisha, and mid lane, Koifa, he's just finishing it off.
GG.
Takes the Ancient. GG is ball. And Liquid here with this 51-minute victory against Team Secret. And they look pretty darn good doing it. It was a close start to the match.